A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all old-time radio.
Is giving Jack Benny a dinner to commemorate his 20 years in radio. As we look in on Jack now, he's rehearsing his speech for the occasion.
So in conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart for this great tribute. There, how did that sound, Rochester?
Fine, boss, fine. Say, boss, this party they're giving you, how long is it going to last?
Oh, it'll start about 8:30, should be over by 11.
Call that a party?
Roch, I think that's long enough for a party from 8:30 to 11.
With us, that's known as the children's hour.
Never mind, just finish my packing. And Rochester, while I'm gone, forward all my mail to the Waldorf Astoria.
You staying at the Waldorf?
Yes.
I made a reservation for you at the Acme Plaza.
Well, just forget about it.
Well, we can't, boss, we can't.
Why not?
They're holding 2 clean sheets for you.
See what they won't do for celebrities. Well, we better write them a nice note. I'll answer the door, Rochester. You finish packing.
Yes, sir.
So, my darling, though we've parted, come back to whence we started.
Whence?
Yes, whence. It's a poetic form of where. Oh, hello, Mary. Come on in.
Well, Jack, I'm all ready. Are you packed?
Almost. I would have called you, but I'm so busy with all these last-minute things, and I'm nervous, too.
Well, I don't blame you for being excited. Jack, I'll bet that banquet will be just wonderful.
Well, it should be. Practically everyone in the business will be there. Milton Berle, George Burns, Jesse Block, Eddie Cantor, Fred Allen, Georgie Jessel, and a lot of
Jack, they asked Fred Allen to come?
Well, Mary, they weren't going to, but I insisted that he be invited.
Ah, that was nice of you. And I hope you'll forget your silly grudge and talk to him at the banquet.
Mary, these days, Allen doesn't need conversation. He needs food. Believe me. Huh?
Well, Jack, it should be a nice banquet, especially at the Waldorf. What are they going to serve?
Well, they left that up to me, and I told them I'd like something I usually eat at home. Something like pheasant under glass. What are you laughing at?
The closest you come to pheasant under glass is when your parrot fell in the fishbowl.
Mary, don't be ridiculous. I wouldn't eat Polly.
But, boss, I saw you put it in the oven.
Only to dry her off. Now, look, Rochester, if you don't finish my packing... Oh, answer the phone, will you, Mary, please?
Oh, sure. Hello?
Hello, Liv.
Oh, it's you, Phil.
Yeah, but on a streetcar, I'm called Desire.
Well, that's what happens when you write your own stuff. What do you want, Phil?
The old man around?
Yeah, Jack's sitting in the next room.
Well, if the phone cord don't reach, call me back when he's closer.
Oh, wait a minute, Phil. I'll call him. Jack, it's Phil.
Thanks, Mary.
Hello, Phil.
Hey, Jackson, I just had to call you. I thought of the greatest joke that you ever heard in your life.
Look, Phil.
Hey, ask me why girls who live in the Rockies won't take sun baths.
For heaven's sake, Phil, I haven't time for that corny stuff. I'm packing for my trip to New York. In case you don't know it, the Friars are giving me a testimonial dinner there.
So what? Markster's giving me a testimonial next week. I almost cried when they gave me my gift.
They gave you the gift already? What is it?
A baton with a corkscrew on the end of it.
Gosh.
Yeah. I got a little deal with the arranger. From now on, he's writing a nothing but upbeat.
Look, Phil.
Too bad you can't be there, Jackson. You're going to miss my speech.
Oh, you going to make a speech, too?
Certainly. Hey, look, how's this sound? Guests, friends, fellow musicians, and policemen.
Oh, you invited the police?
No, but they'll be there. They'll be there.
Oh, they're bound to be. Look, Phil, I'd like to stand here and talk to you about your soiree, but I have to finish packing. So long.
Now, wait a minute, Jackson. Wait a minute. I want you to hear that joke I called about. Ask me why girls who live in the Rockies won't take sunbaths.
All right, Phil. Why won't girls who live in the Rockies... Rochester. Oh, just a minute, Phil. I better answer the door. Never fails. Whenever I'm in a hurry, there's a million interruptions. Oh, hello, Dennis.
Hello.
Come on in, kid. Well, Dennis, I suppose you came over to say goodbye.
Yeah, how did you know I was going away?
Oh, are you going away, too?
Uh-huh. As long as I got a few days off, I thought I'd go to Waxahachie, Texas.
Oh. Are you going there on business?
No.
Oh, then you have friends there.
No.
Relatives?
No.
Rochester, be sure to pack my tuxedo. I'll need it for the banquet.
Yes, sir.
Dennis, if you're not going on...
Mary, don't get into that. Please. Don't stop. We're starting on a trip. Let's be happy-go-lucky.
Jack, I've got to ask him. Dennis, if you're not going on business and you have no friends or relatives there, why are you going to Waxahachie?
The name fascinates me.
Well, Dennis, for you, that's a good reason. I remember once you went to Philadelphia because your mother wanted cream cheese.
Dennis, how are you going to Waxahachie? By train?
No, I'm going to fly.
Oh, you're flying. What plane are you going to take?
No plane. I need the exercise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Dennis, what are you doing?
I'm counting up to 10 for him. He's so mad he can't talk.
Well, maybe you ought to do your song.
Yeah, I think I'm... Gee, look at the way his eyes stick out. I better sing.
Yes, I'll say you better. Dennis, that was beautiful. You know, it's amazing. When you talk to me, I get so mad. Then when you sing, it's the most wonderful thing in the whole...
Jack, he went out.
No, he walked into the closet. Lock it, Mary.
Well, I better be running along too, Jack.
Okay, Mary, I'm sorry we're not going on the same plane.
Well, I can't go till Tuesday, but I'll see you in New York.
Yeah. Come here and kiss me goodbye.
Okay. Gee, look at the way his eyes stick out.
They'll be all right by the time I get to New York. Goodbye, Mary.
Goodbye, doll.
She called me doll. Now, let's see. What was I doing?
Say, boss, do you want to take your violin along on the trip?
My violin? Say, maybe I'd better. Oh, no. Answer the door, will you, please?
Yes, boss.
Hello, Rochester. Mr. Benny in?
Yeah, come right in. Boss, it's Mr. Georgie Jessel.
Well, Georgie, nice to see you. What are you doing here?
Well, I had a few minutes between banquets, so I thought I'd drop by.
Well, this is a pleasant surprise. I didn't expect to see you till we got to New York.
Well, Jack, I had a reason. I've been thinking about your dinner.
About the testimonial dinner?
Yes, and I thought that instead of having the usual type of speeches, it might be a lot nicer if I told them the story of your life.
Say, that's a pretty good idea. At the dinner, huh? Do you want me to write it?
No, I wrote it myself, but I want your approval of it.
Oh, about my life. Well, go ahead. Let's hear it.
All right. Okay, now after the preliminary speeches are over, the lights will dim down, I'll stand up, and there'll be a big fanfare. Ladies and gentlemen, our story starts with the birth of Jack Benny in the year 1894. Just 39 years ago. It all happened in the little town of Waukegan, Illinois. The proud parents gazed with delight on the blue-eyed baby. And it was at this moment that Jack Benny's voice was heard for the first time.
Look at him, Papa. He's so cute.
Yes. We'll call him Jackie.
Doctor, I want to ask you something. Oh, I know all parents think their children are unusual, but honestly, Doctor, isn't our Jackie different from most babies? Little Jackie, Papa, he's got your mouth.
And he's got your nose.
And he's got your eyes.
And he's got your ears.
And look at his hair.
See, that's mine. It slipped off.
There, Jackie. Quiet now.
Now, Mr. Benny, about my fee.
Don't worry, Doctor. Just mail your bill, and my son Jackie will send you a check.
Oh, thank you very much. Wait a minute. Your son here, Jackie, he's only a few minutes old. How can he send me a check?
I don't know how he did it, but he already saved $800. And so the little baby began to grow and make rapid progress. At the age of 6 months, he astounded medical science because he had 32 teeth, all uppers. But Jackie was a happy little child, and all day long he used to sit in his crib playing with his toys. As he grew older, his parents gave him everything he wanted. But Jack wasn't an only child. He had a younger sister named Florence. Today he has an older sister named Florence. The years passed, and finally, Jackie entered school. As a student, he was exceptionally bright, particularly in arithmetic.
And now for the next question, I will call on Jackie Benny.
Yes, teacher.
Now, Jackie, if you loan $10 to Albert and $5 to Irving and $15 to Tommy, and they all paid you back at once, how much money would you have?
$31.
I'm sorry, Jackie, but the correct answer is $30.
What about the interest?
Oh, yes, I forgot. And that reminds me, Jackie, I'll pay you the money I owe you Friday.
Good. Good. Then I'll give you back your wristwatch.
It was easy to see that there was something about Jackie that was different from other boys. In his class, there was one little boy who lived near the stockyard. There was another whose home was above a livery stable. Still another who lived next door to a glue factory. Yet Jackie was the only kid in the class called Stinky. However, somehow he seemed to know that he was destined for a musical career. And for the next few years, he took violin lessons regularly.
No. How many times must I tell you? Smoothly.
I'm sorry.
Well, play it again. Only this time, hold the bow with one hand. You're not Ty Cobb.
I'll try.
No, not today. The lesson she is over.
Oh, well. Goodbye, Professor.
Wait. You did not pay me.
Huh?
Miss Company, I want my money.
When Jack was persistent about his violin playing, he took lessons year
Michel Benny, my money.
after year
Michel Benny, my money.
after year.
Please, Michel Benny, my money.
Finally came the day of his graduation from elementary school. Oh, it was a proud moment for Jack and his parents. That was the day that he put on his first pair of long pants. They looked kind of bulky over his diapers. But as he was about to leave the house, his parents looked at him proudly and said,
Jackie, we're proud of you.
Thanks, Mother. And I'm so excited.
Look at him, Mama. Doesn't he look handsome?
Oh, he should look handsome. He's got your mouth.
And he's got your nose.
And he's got your eyes.
And he's still got my hair.
You'll get it. Let him graduate first. We want to get there early. He's going to play a violin solo.
Relatives, teachers, and fellow graduates, your kind reception to my musical offering has filled my little heart with joy. But I don't deserve all this applause alone. Some of the glory must be shared by my music teacher. That wonderful man, that brilliant genius, that great...
Never mind the compliments. I want my money.
Jack Benny's schooling and violin study was interrupted by World War I when he entered the armed forces. He was really much too young to go, but his father was on the draft board. And so, early in 1917, we find Jack Benny no longer a boy, but a man, ready to enter the Navy.
Goodbye, Papa.
Go already. So the war was over, and Jack went home, but his parents had moved. So he decided on vaudeville as a career. It was about this time that many changes took place in the entertainment world. New innovations had come along, the radio talking pictures. And in one picture called Lucky Boy, a handsome young leading man named Georgie Jessel scored an immediate smash hit when he sang, "One bright and guiding light that taught me wrong from right I found in my mother's eyes. Those baby tears she told
Georgie,
that the road all paved with gold."
Georgie, me, it's my life story.
I'm sorry. With the invention of radio, many new stars were made overnight. And one of the brightest was the man who always opened his show with,
"Hello again."
From this he became a star? But when Jack realized that he was a big hit in radio, he decided to get his own program. And first he looked for an announcer. He didn't have to look far because Don Wilson was everywhere. But one of the freshest things about Jack's show was the new talent that he always found for it. And he usually met these supporting players in unusual places. For instance, one day while he was shopping...
Oh, miss, do you have dental floss?
Yes, the May Company has everything. And say, you have all uppers, haven't you?
Hey, you notice everything. You're pretty cute. How about having dinner with me tonight?
I'm sorry, but I never let strangers buy me dinner.
Good. You're my type.
Look, mister, you better stop annoying me.
Hey, Mary, you want me to come over there and punch him in the nose?
It's all right, babe. I can handle it myself.
Yes, and that was how Jack first met Mary Livingston. He took her away from the May Company and made her a star. Then one day, Jack was crossing Vine Street. He stepped off the curb and...
Whoops, sorry. I almost tripped over you. I didn't see you.
I didn't see you either. I was face down.
And so Phil Harris joined the show. Now that Jack had an orchestra, he needed a singer, and he auditioned dozens of them. One day he listened to a newcomer, a shy, apple-cheeked young lad with the face of a cherub and a beautiful voice. And when he finished singing, Jack said,
"So your name is Dennis Day?"
Yeah, you want to make something out of it?
Jack hired this talented young tenor, and after 4 or 5 years, with no outside help, he almost drove Jack nuts. Now, with his cash completed, Jack decided to move into a new house in Beverly Hills with his faithful valet, Rochester.
Boss, this house is sure beautiful.
Yes, it is, Rochester. But you know, I've been thinking.
About what?
Well, a house isn't really a home without a woman.
Want me to get married?
Never mind.
And so Jack moved into his new home, which he still resides. The house is located in Beverly Hills. The day he moved in, his next-door neighbor exclaimed,
About the fence, Benita, do you honestly think that 20 feet will be high enough?
So, distinguished guests and ladies and gentlemen, that brings us up to the present here at Jack Benny's testimonial dinner. And while we have kidded him tonight about those various characteristics he has assumed on his radio programs merely for the purpose of making you laugh, you who know him best will say of Jack Benny that he is a fine comedian and a fine man. I thank you. Well, Jack, that's the speech. How do you like it?
It's beautiful, Georgie. Really beautiful.
Well, I'm glad you like it. Well, I got to be running along. I'll see you in New York.
So long, Georgie.
So long, Jack.
Well, have you got the bags all packed, Rochester?
Yes, sir.
Well, you can take them out to the airport now, and I'll meet you out there as soon as I finish my television show.
Say, that's fine. That is tonight, isn't it, boss?
Certainly. I go on in a couple of minutes.
Okay, boss. I'll take this. Wait a minute. What's the receiver doing off the phone?
Huh? Oh, my goodness. I was talking to Phil, and I told him to hold the wire. I wonder if... Hello, Phil. Are you still there?
Yeah, go ahead, Jackson. Ask me.
Okay, Phil. All right, Phil. Why won't the girls who live in the Rockies take sunbaths?
Because the mountains peace. Harris, you may have had to wait 20 minutes, but you got it in there.
Come on, Rochester, let's go.
Hello, speaking. This is the United States Armed Forces Radio Service.
Jack Benny with Murray Livingston, Phil Harris, Rochester, Dennis Day, and yours truly, Don Wilson.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's go out to Jack Benny's home in Beverly Hills. It's morning, and Jack has just finished his breakfast.
Did you have enough to eat, boss?
Oh, yes, plenty. Quiet, Polly. Rochester, this breakfast was wonderful. The coffee was delicious.
Thank you.
The bacon was cooked just the way I like it.
Thank you.
And the eggs were absolutely perfect.
Thank you.
Polly, did you lay those eggs?
They tried to tell me I'm too young.
Oh, isn't that cute? Rochester, how long has Polly been laying eggs?
Ever since you put that light bulb in her cage and kept pointing to it.
Well, it certainly took her a long time to catch on to what I meant.
Yeah, before she laid in the eggs, she laid 3 light bulbs.
Oh, stop. Now, Polly, you know that
Oh, say, boss, you told me to remind you to call Mrs. Montgomery.
Oh, yes.
Who's that?
Oh, that's Dinah Shore. She's married to George Montgomery. I sent a copy of my song over to her house. I'm going to let her be the first one to record it. I'll call her now. When you say I beg your pardon, then I'll come back to you. When you ask me to forgive you, I'll return. Like the swallows at Serrano. Hello? Oh, I'd like to speak to Miss Dinah Shore, please. Jack Benny calling. Like the swallows at Serrano, return to Capistrano. For you, my heart. Hello, Dinah? Oh, this is Jack Benny. How's George? Oh, I'm sorry I woke you up, but I was anxious to know something, Dinah. Did you receive the copy of my song? Good. Look, don't you think it's the most wonderful tune you ever... Oh. Well, don't you think that the lyrics are novel and... Uh-huh. But, Dinah, you can't judge a song the first time you sing it. You've got to analyze part. I don't mean that way. Paste it together again. Well, look, Dinah, if you'll just take the song... Dinah... Oh, hello, George? But George, look, I didn't wake you up. She did. Now, look, George, you and I have been friends for years, and all right acquaintances. But look, George, about my song, if you just ask Dinah to... All right, if I woke you up, I'm sorry. You don't have to... You'll what? Well, if that's your attitude, it's okay with me. Goodbye. Well, we can cross him off the list.
You mean her?
No, him. He's going to stop sending us his laundry. Oh, well, I'm glad Miss Shore refused to sing my song. I'd rather have a man do it anyway.
Boss, why don't you call Mary Alonzo?
Mary Alonzo?
Yeah, you sent him a copy last night.
How did you know?
We got it back this morning.
So soon? Well, maybe he liked the song and he's waiting for an answer. Rochester, get me his number, will you? It's in my personal phone book.
Yes.
There's the door. I'll get it. When you say, I beg your pardon, then I'll come back to you. Boy, is Dinah making a mistake.
Hello, Jack.
Oh, Mary, come on in. What are you giggling about?
Oh, I just had to stop by and show you a love letter that Dennis sent me.
A love letter? Mary, you mean Dennis still has that crush on you? Oh, how do you like that? Let me see the letter Dennis wrote to you.
Here, I'll read it to you. You know, it's really sweet.
It is?
Mm-hmm. My darling Mary.
Smart, too, isn't it?
My darling Mary, I hope I'm silly, but I keep your picture on the wall of my bedroom. I didn't want my mother to know who I'm in love with, so I took a pencil and drew a mustache and a derby hat on you. I think I fooled my mother because now she's in love with you, too.
I'll be done.
And look how he finishes it. I love you madly and passionately, and will never forget the kiss you gave me when I took you home. Thanking you in advance for your next shipment, I remain yours truly, Dennis Day.
Well, that's the cutest letter I've ever heard.
Here's that number you wanted, boss.
Oh, yes. Excuse me, Mary. I'm going to call Mary Yolanda.
Mary Alonzo?
Yeah, he's going to make a record of my song.
If you say that you are sorry, then I will understand. Neath the harvest moon will pledge our love anew.
Hello? I'd like to speak to Mr. Lanza, please. Tell him Jack Benny's calling.
So, my darling, though we've parted, come back to whence we started.
Hello? Hello, Mario? This is Jack Benny. I want to know how soon you'd like to make a record of my... What? But Mario, look. Well, now, why should you... But Mario. But... When? Well, if that's your attitude, Mr. Lanza, I'm not coming to that big party Friday night. Oh, I heard about it. Goodbye. Who does he think he is anyway? That Mario Lanza. He won't sing my song, but that other song he sings. Be my love, for no one else can end this yearning. Be my love, I suppose that's a better song than...
When you say I beg your pardon, then I'll come back to you.
Which song do you like better, Rochester?
Be my love, for no one Be my love.
All right. I merely asked you. There's someone at the door. Oh, hello, Dennis. Come on in.
Don't talk to me, you cad.
What?
Trying to steal my girl, eh? I ought to thrash you to within an inch of your life.
Now, look, Dennis, you've got a cold.
Isn't it, Billy? Now, don't try to change the subject. I've read about men like you. You take a poor innocent girl out of the make company, you get her a job on the radio, and then you think you own her.
Dennis.
I know every move you make, you wolf.
Look.
I've been sitting up in that tree in front of your house watching you through the window.
What?
Boy, do you look ugly in the morning.
Dennis.
I thought you'd never get into that girdle.
Oh, quiet. Now, look, Dennis, Mary told me about the big crush you've got on her, and you ought to forget about it.
Yes, Dennis, you're a nice boy, and I hate to hurt your feelings.
Oh, don't worry, Mary, if you wanted to. My mother just...
Of me?
No, of me.
That I can understand. Now, Dennis, listen to me. Next week on my program, I want you to sing the song I wrote. When you say, I beg your pardon. That kid's going to make an old man out of me. Come to think of it, he did.
Say, Jack, I better be running along. I've got some shopping to do.
Shopping?
I want to go to Jerry Rothschild's and get a shirt for my father.
Okay, Mary, wait a minute. I'll go with you. I want to get a haircut.
All right, come on.
It's such a nice day. Let's walk, huh? You see, Mary, there's Jerry Rothschild's in the middle of the block.
Well, where are you going to get your hair cut?
At Jerry Rothschild's. They have a barber shop on the mezzanine. So while you're getting your father's shirt, I can get my hair cut.
Oh, that's very convenient. And say, Jack, isn't that Mr. Kitzel coming toward us?
Mr. Kitzel? Oh, it sure is. Hello, Mr. Kitzel. I said, hello, Mr. Kitzel.
And to whom do I have the pleasure of addressing?
Mr. Kitzel, don't you recognize me? I'm Jack Benny.
Oh, I'm so sorry, but I just now came from the optometrist's office. He put drops in my eyes, and I can't see so well.
Oh, I hope they get better soon.
Thank you, Dennis.
No, Mr. Kitzel, this is Miss Livingston.
Oh.
What's wrong with your eyes, Mr. Kitzel?
I happen to be colorblind.
Oh.
You know, to me, yellow is brown.
Yellow is brown?
And that's not all. Brown is green.
Brown is green?
Also green is yellow.
Yellow is brown, brown is green, and green is yellow?
Yeah, and last night at dinner, the discourse trouble. I saw my brother-in-law eating what looked like a hot dog, so I was smart and I asked, how do you like the cucumber? And he said, what cucumber? I'm eating a banana.
Oh, Mr. Kitzel, you're joking.
Well, Mr. Kitzel, we've got to be running along. I have an appointment at the barber shop to get a haircut.
Well, isn't that a coincidence? You know, for the same reason, my wife is right now by the beauty parlor. Oh, is women.
Well, what do you mean?
Well, last week on the cover of Life magazine, she saw a girl with a poodle haircut. So right away, she has to get a poodle haircut, too.
Really?
Yeah. And personally, I'm happy. With her last haircut, she looked like a Saint Bernard.
Well, we've got to run along, Mr. Kitzel. Goodbye.
Goodbye, children.
Come on, Mary. Well, here it is, Rothschild. Men's Furnishing and Barber Shop. Let's go in. Now, if you want to get your father's shirt, the counter's right over there.
Oh, okay, yes.
May I help you?
Yes, I'd like to buy a shirt.
What size does your father wear, Mary?
Well, just a minute. I've got Papa's letter right here. He wants a 15.5 collar.
Sleeve length?
58.
58? Oh, lady, you must be mistaken. Why, the average sleeve length is 34.
Certainly, Mary. Why does your father long sleeve?
Well, Mama gave him a pair of gloves for Christmas. He doesn't want to get them dirty.
What a family you've got. Look, Mary, while you're deciding on the shirt, I'll go and get...
you, bud. Long time no see.
Oh, hello.
Jack, wasn't
Yes, that racetrack tout I always run into.
Are you people through, or do you go into a dance number?
Never mind. Now, Mary, I'm going to get my hair cut. I'll see you in a little while.
Okay, Jack, I'll be browsing around the store.
Okay. When you say, I beg your pardon, and I'll come back to you. Da-da-dum-bum-bum-bum-bum-bum, I'll return. Gee, look at all those beautiful suspenders and belts. I think I'll get myself a new belt. Oh, clerk.
I'll be with you in a minute.
Okay. Boy, those belts really look nice.
Bud. Bud.
Huh? Oh, for heaven's sake.
Come here a minute.
Look, fella, I'm busy. Leave me alone, will you?
Okay. Just wanted to know what you were doing.
Well, if you must know, I'm buying something to hold my pants up.
Like what?
A belt.
What? Get suspenders.
But I want a belt.
Belt hasn't got a chance.
It hasn't?
It looks good while it's going around, but at the end, belt buckles.
Yeah, I never thought of that.
Take my advice and put your money on suspenders.
Suspenders? Are you sure?
Well, look at the performance. Suspenders always come up from behind and finish in front.
I don't know what to do.
You can take my word for it. Suspenders will never let you down.
Well, I don't care what you say. I'm going to get a belt.
Okay. They're your pants. So long.
Goodbye. Oh, clerk.
Yes?
I'd like to get this belt.
Yes, sir. Would you like to look at suspenders?
Suspenders?
Yes, they're awfully good in the stretch.
Now cut that off! Just wrap up the belt. I'll pick it up after I get my hair cut. See, I'm in luck. All the barber chairs are empty. Maybe today I can get Mr. Drucker, the owner, to wait on me. Oh, hello, Mr. Drucker.
Well, how do you do, Mr. Benny?
I finally came in when you're not busy yourself. I'd like a haircut.
Certainly. Sit down and I'll get you a barber.
Huh?
Yeah, I'll be right back. Say, Harry, Mr. Benny wants a haircut. Would you take it?
Not me. Let Maury do it.
Not me. Yeah, how about you, Charlie?
No, thanks.
Now, wait a minute, boys. We've got to be fair about this. Who waited on him last time?
I did, and when I finished, he offers me a tip. But my hands are full, so he says I'll slip it in your pocket.
Well, at least you got something.
What do you mean, something? When I added up my money, I was a dime short.
Well, if Benny wanted a shave, I'd do it.
You would?
Sure. Then when the police came, I could say it was an accident.
Hey, Mr. Drucker, how about my haircut?
Hey, just a minute. Well, boys, any volunteers?
Well, okay, I'll take them.
Yeah, okay, Mr. Benny. Mr. Gilbert will wait on you.
Good.
What'll it be, Mr. Benny?
Just a haircut.
Yes, sir.
Shall I take off my glasses?
You don't even have to take off your hat.
Don't be so smart. Just give me a haircut.
Yes, sir.
Say, Mr. Drucker, do we have to do it when there's only one customer?
Yes, you do.
What's that, Mr. Drucker?
We put in a barbershop quartet. Billy Guest, Artie Stebbins, Mervyn Leroy, and Junior Lemley.
Oh, what a quartet. Good.
You sing, boys. Down by the old mill stream, where I first met you, with your eyes so blue, dressed in gingham blue. It was there I knew that you loved me true. You were 16, my village queen, by old the old mill stream. Down by the old mill stream where I first met you, with your eyes so blue, dressed in gingham too. It was there that I knew that you loved me too. You were 16, sweet 16, my village queen. By the old mill stream. By the old mill stream.
Say, that was very good, especially Junior Lemley. Harry, don't take too much off the sides here, will you?
Yeah, I'll watch it.
Well, is our little customer happy today? How's the haircut coming?
Fine, Mr.
Would
Drucker.
you also like a shampoo?
No, just a haircut.
A massage?
Thank you. I tell you what I would like. I'd like a manicure.
A manicure? Certainly. Just a moment. I'll get one of the girls. Oh, Miss Daniels.
Yes?
Mr. Benny would like a manicure. Will you take it?
Not me. Let Betty do it. Not me.
Yeah, how about you, Goldie?
No, thanks.
Now, wait a minute, girls. We've got to be fair about this. Who took care of him last time?
I did. For a 75-cent manicure, I had to sit there and polish 20 nails.
20?
When I got through with his hands, he took his shoes off. I know what you mean. He did that to me once. Really? I didn't mind cutting his nails, but I had to play this little piggy at the same time. Then he gave me a tip and cried all the way home.
Mr. Drucker, how about my manicure?
Just a moment. Edith, you take it.
Okay.
Mr. Benny, the manicurist will be with you in a moment.
Thank you. When you say I beg your pardon, then I'll come back to you. When you ask...
All right, Mr. Benny, I'm ready to give you a manicure. Just put your fingers in this bowl of water.
Certainly. Ow! That water's hot.
I know. I'm trying to melt your cold, cold heart.
Never mind. Just give me a manicure. Oh, Mr. Drucker.
Yes?
I think I want my shoe shined, too.
Certainly, I'll get a boy. Oh, Ray, Mr. Benny wants his shoe shine. Will you take it?
Not me.
Yeah, how about you, Danny?
No, thanks.
Now, wait a minute, boys. We got to be fair about this. That's one to shine Mr. Benny's shoes.
I don't remember the answer, but that question was on a quiz program.
Well, somebody's got to shine Mr. Benny's shoes. You do it, Danny.
Not me, Mr. Drucker. I ain't got nothing against shining Mr. Benny's shoes, but it's murder getting around them pearl buttons.
Mr. Drucker, what about that shine?
Just a minute.
Oh, Jack.
Here I am, Mary.
Did you get your hair cut?
Yes, and I was going to get a shine, too, but I'll let it go. Oh, Mr. Drucker.
Yes?
Mr. Drucker, wait till I turn the page here. Maybe. Forget about the shine. That's from the manicure. It sticks to my finger. Forget about the shine and charge the haircut to my account. Oh, Harry, Harry Gelbert, you gave me such a good haircut. Here's a tip for you.
Thank you, Mr. Benny.
Come on, Mary.
You say, Harry, did I see right?
What?
Did Mr. Benny give you $1 tip?
Yep. Spin that old man around in a chair 3 times and he don't know what he's doing.
Good night, folks. Don Wilson speaking. This is the United States Armed Forces Radio Service.
The Jack Benny Program, presented by Lucky Strike. And now a word of interest to smokers. For years you've heard talk, double talk, words about noses, words about throats, empty promises. Cigarette advertising is filled with them. Now this smokescreen of double talk is swept away by facts, not claims, facts. The facts are that Lucky's fine, mild, good-tasting tobacco goes into a cigarette that's made better, that's fully packed, that has no annoying loose ends to spoil the taste. A cigarette that's made better in every way. Yes, the facts are that Lucky Strike, by a wide margin, is the best made of all 5 principal brands of cigarettes. Facts proven by a month-after-month quality comparison based on tests certified to be impartial, fair, and identical. And these tests, these facts, are verified by leading laboratory consultants. For example, Foster D. Snell Incorporated of New York City reports, in our opinion, the properties measured are all important factors affecting the taste of cigarette smoke. We conclude that Lucky Strike is the best made of the 5 major brands. Yes, Lucky's taste better. Always so mild, so smooth, so firm and fresh, with better taste in every puff. So prove to yourself the proven facts. Don't be misled by the smokescreen of claims made by other cigarettes. Remember the facts and enjoy really fine, mild, good-tasting tobacco in the cigarette that's made better, the cigarette that tastes better. Lucky Strike. Try a carton today.
Be happy, go Lucky Strike today.
Okay, Phil, okay, hold it, Phil, hold it. Stop it.
What's wrong now, Jackson?
Nothing, we've rehearsed enough. We ought to relax a little before we go on the air.
Yeah, we'll be on in 10 minutes.
Don, I want to talk to the audience before we go on the air, so when the studio fills up, let me know, will you? I'll be in my dressing room.
Okay, Jack.
This way for the Jack Benny program. Don't crowd, please. Single file coming through the door, please.
Come on, Annabelle. We want to get seats down in front so Mr. Benny can hear me laugh at his jokes.
Okay, Uncle Rochester. How come Mr. Benny gave you the day off?
Day off? When you hear the jokes I have to laugh at, I'm working, honey. I'm working.
Do I have to laugh too, Uncle Rochester?
Yeah, I'll nudge you with my elbow. If it's a little joke, you just giggle.
Uh-huh.
And if Mr. Benny tells a big joke, you laugh real loud.
Well, what do I do if it's kind of a medium joke?
You don't tell them that way, honey. They're either good or bad. But don't worry, I'll give you the elbow. Now follow me. There are 2 seats in the second row.
Say, Phil, I want to ask you something. Your orchestra was beginning to sound pretty good, and then all of a sudden you took the harp out of the band. Why did you do that?
I had to get rid of that harp, Jackson.
Why?
I was afraid that someday Remley might wake up, look through it, and say, "Holy smoke, I'm in again."
Well, that's ridiculous. A harp wouldn't make him think he was in jail.
Oh, no. 2 months ago, he cut 3 of the strings with a hacksaw.
No.
Then he climbed through, the spotlight hit him, and he yelled, "Don't shoot, I give up."
Well, that's the most ridiculous thing that I've ever... Come in. Oh, hello, Dennis.
Hello, Mr. Benny. I want to talk to you about one of the jokes I have in the script. I don't understand it.
Which one?
Oh, this one right here on page 4. You see?
Dennis, that's a very simple joke. See, you say to me, Mr. Benny, did you hear about the lumberjack who was always chasing girls? I say no, and you say he was sort of a timber wolf. Get it?
I wish I was taller. Those jokes go over my head.
You're lucky, kid. It hit me right in the face.
Look, Dennis, when we come to the joke, I'll just throw you the lead, and you say he was a timber wolf. That's all.
Okay, but if it doesn't get a laugh, you'll hear from my mother.
Oh, get out of here.
Hey, I'm going too, Jackson. Cheerio.
Those two make a nice pair. Bourbon and water on the brain. You know, sometimes I wonder... Hello? Long distance? Yeah, she's here. I'll call her. Oh, Mary! Mary!
Yes, Jack?
Would you come into my dressing room?
Okay, but you'll have to leave the door open.
Now, don't be silly. You're wanted on the phone.
Oh.
It's long distance, Plainfield, New Jersey.
Gee, it must be Mama.
It's a fine time to call, 5 minutes before my broadcast.
Well, that's all right. She never listens to it anyway.
Your mother.
Hello? Oh, hello, Mama. Well, I'm fine. It's nice of you to call me. What? When we go on the air, you want me to say, Papa, dinner is ready? But why do you want me... Oh, he's in the living room and you're not talking to him.
Well, that's the silliest.
Oh, quiet, Dad. What'd you say, Mama? Oh, Babe has a new boyfriend? He does? Well, he certainly is industrious.
What is it, Mary? What is it?
My sister Babe has a new boyfriend. He has 2 jobs.
2 jobs?
What kind of work does he do, Mama? Oh.
What is it, Mary? What does he do?
Well, during the day he drives a garbage truck, and at night he's a test pilot in an airwick factory. Well, goodbye, Mama. Thanks for calling.
You know, Mary, your mother...
Well, Jack, we'll be on the air in 5 minutes. If you want to talk to the audience, you better get started.
Okay. Everybody on stage.
Well, it won't be long now, Annabelle.
You know, Uncle Rochester, Mr. Vinny don't look so very old. I think he's tall, cute, and handsome.
You look at Mr. Harris, honey. His hair is curly.
Well, what kind of hair has Mr. Vinny got?
Mr. Benny's hair is... Uh-oh. I'm in for it. I still got it in my pocket. Here he comes now, honey. Remember, laugh when I give you the elbow.
Well, Jack, we'll be on the air in 5 seconds.
5 seconds.
Stand by, everybody. Take it, Phil. The Lucky Strike program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Phil Harris, Rochester, Dennis Day, and yours truly, Don Wilson. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we bring you a man who was born in February, studied economics in March, was able to retire in April, and here he is, Jack Benny.
Thank you. Hello again. This is Jack Benny talking. And, Yeah, I hope I'm not catching cold. Darn that Rochester. And Don, I think your introduction was a little bit exaggerated. However, I will admit that at the age of 6, I did have a little money, but I earned it. As a matter of fact...
Mr. Benny, did you hear the one about the lumberjack?
Not yet, Dennis. Later. Anyway, when I was a kid, Don... When I was a kid, Don, I had to work pretty hard.
Well, you're not the only one, Jackson. When I was 18 months old, my picture was in every magazine in the country.
So what?
Well, it wasn't easy for an 18-month-old kid to pose for all them ads.
What ads?
I was the baby of distinction.
Phil, I was the only kid in town who had a diaper with a hip pocket. All right. Now, look at kids. We have a very important play to do tonight, so let's get started.
What's it going to be, Jack?
Well, Mary, since we're at the height of the football season, I think that tonight we should do our version of that exciting play.
I'm sorry, honey, my elbow slipped.
We will do our version of that famous Columbia picture, that exciting epic of the gridiron, Saturday's Hero. Now, this play will go on immediately after we... Come in. Yes?
Mr. Benny, is it true that you wrote a song?
Yes, I did, and it has a wonderful title. It's called When You Say I Beg Your Pardon, Then I'll Come Back to You.
Yeah, that's the one. Do you mind if I do it?
Why, no, not at all. Are you a singer?
No, I'm an electric organ.
What? Hold it. An electric organ? That's awful.
Well, it ain't bad when you consider I ain't even plugged in.
What a silly guy. Oh, Dennis.
Oh, did you hear the one about the lumberjack who was always chasing girls?
Not yet. Sing your song first.
Oh, okay.
He has one joke and he can't wait. Dennis, very good. You sang that beautifully. Now, Dennis, now.
Oh, boy, here it comes. Hey, Mr. Benny, did you hear about the lumberjack who was always chasing girls?
No, Dennis. What about the lumberjack who was always chasing girls?
His name was Mr. Wolf, and he was full of timber.
What?
He doesn't get it, folks. Mr. Wolf, timber.
Dennis, stop wagging your tail and sit down. We rehearse it for 4 days, and then he gets it wrong. Oh, well. And now for our play. Take it down.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we bring you our version of that thrilling Columbia picture, Saturday's Hero, a saga of college life on the gridiron. Curtain. Music.
This is the story of thousands of stalwart young athletes who every week during the autumn of the year give their all on the football fields of the nation
for the glory of their alma mater. These are Saturday's heroes. My name is Steve Krasinskiewicz-Olkowski. I was a star quarterback at James Madison High School in Passaic, New Jersey. In my final high school game, I caught the opening kickoff and ran it back 98 yards for a touchdown. The crowd went wild. The rooting section stood up and began to cheer for me.
Krasinskiewicz-Olkowski. Krasinskiewicz-Olkowski.
When they finished, we were in the third quarter. The rest of the game was routine till the last few minutes when I made one spectacular play. I kicked the field goal from the 16-yard line. This wouldn't have been unusual, except that the fullback was still holding the ball as it went between the goalposts. The crowd went wild, and the fullback was a little sore, too. Again, they started to cheer. It was then that I decided to change my name to Smith. Steve Smith. When I graduated from high school, I had offers to play football for many colleges. Washington and Lee, William and Mary, David and Bathsheba. But I finally decided to accept a scholarship to Craig University. So early that fall, I found myself in the registrar's office, where the dean's secretary was filling out my entrance application.
Now, let's see. Steve Smith. Oh, here's your card. Now, tell me, what is your height?
5 feet 11.
Your weight?
173.
Color of your eyes? Oh, they're blue, aren't they?
Bluer than the coach at USC.
Now, what career do you expect to follow on graduation?
I'm going to be a psychiatrist.
What made you decide to become a psychiatrist?
Last month, my uncle died and left me a couch.
Well, that's all the questions, and, Oh, just 1 second. You're here on a football scholarship, aren't you?
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm. In that case, you'll be provided with tuition, room and board, and you'll be given $100 a month to spend.
Do I have to spend it?
No. Now, of course, you and all the other football players will have to earn this money.
I understand. What will my job be?
Well, in the dean's office, there's an 8-day clock.
And I'm supposed to wind it?
No, the fullback winds it. Your job is to see that he does.
Under the burden of this assignment, I began my first year at Craig University. I'll never forget the day I met our famous football coach. I remember how he walked into the dressing room and said,
"All right, you men. I want all the linemen to go out and practice tackling. The ends brush up on pass receiving. Halfbacks will put in 2 hours each bucking the line. The fullback will spend the whole day trying to kick field goals. And you're playing quarter, aren't you?"
Yes, sir. What shall I do?
Scratch my back.
This was a thrilling moment for me. At last I had met that great coach, Itchy Day. As I stood there scratching his back, he looked at me and yelled,
"Do it again! Do it again! Harder! Harder! Do it again! Do it again! Harder! Harder!"
Now, wait a minute, Coach. I don't want to do this. I was a big high school football star.
Ah, yes, but you're in college now, and everybody starts from scratch. And another thing, we observe strict training here.
Yes, sir?
Yes, that means no parties, no dancing, and no dates with girls.
But, Coach, if we can't date the girls, don't the girls get lonesome?
No, some lumberjack keeps chasing them.
All All through our freshman year, Coach Day kept us in rigid training. He was a strict disciplinarian, and when it came to football, he was a perfectionist. Other coaches trained their players by having them throw forward passes through an automobile tire. Coach Day used a lifesaver. With my glasses, that was a cinch. We finished our season unbeaten, and to celebrate our success, the college had a big dance for all the players. It was then that I saw her.
Hello, handsome.
She was beautiful, and I had a hunch she was popular, too. She was wearing 164 fraternity pins. No dress, just fraternity. She smiled and came jingling towards me. Before I knew it, we were dancing together.
Gee, you dance swell.
Well, thanks. Say, you're on the football team, aren't you?
Uh-huh. How did you know?
You're stepping on my feet with your spiked shoes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Gee, you're a beautiful girl. You know, I wish you and I could...
Wait a minute. Do you mind if I say something?
No.
Papa, dinner is ready.
That made me admire her even more. Although she was the most popular girl in school, she still thought of her poor, hungry father in Plainfield. I didn't see her again till the following fall, right before our first game with Powell University. I'll never forget that day. As our team came out on the gridiron, the huge, strong cheers, and our glee club sang our school song.
You gotta be a football hero to get along with a beautiful girl. In spite of all $1 million can do, a tackle or two will mean more to you. The fact that you are rich or handsome won't get you anything in girl. You gotta be a football hero to get along with a beautiful girl. You gotta smoke that fine tobacco to really know why a lucky is best. You gotta light a lucky, then as you puff, you'll know sure enough that no puff is rough. A lucky strike is better tasting. A lucky strike wins every test. You gotta smoke that fine tobacco to really know why a lucky is best. LSMFT, LSMFT for me. Lucky, lucky, rah, rah, rah. Buy a carton, sit boom bop. A lucky strike is better tasting. It's round and firm and fully packed. A lucky strike is made much better. There's not a claim, nothing that is a fact. And we can prove it. All together, let's be happy and go lucky strike.
The game started. I took the opening kickoff, but was thrown for a loss. On our next two plays, we were stopped cold. The opposing team had the biggest line in football. His name was Don Wilson. Once I ran around his end and was out of bounds by 10. But although he was my opponent, I had to admire his ability.
Nice tackle, Wilson.
It was tough stopping you.
I like that football uniform you're wearing.
Thank you.
I've never seen such big shoulders. What do you got them padded with?
My stomach.
The game remained a scoreless tie until the last quarter, when I intercepted a forward pass and ran it back for a touchdown. The crowd went wild.
K-R-A-B-I-N.
I changed it. It's Smith now.
We won that game 7-0, and the next 3 games, too. But then I ran into trouble. Because of all the time I spent on the football field, I neglected my studies. Of all my subjects, I was poorest in Latin. And one day in class, I was forced to admit to the Latin professor that I hadn't studied the lesson.
I'm sorry, Professor. I am not prepared. Oh, for shame. Perhaps if you ask me another question, I might be able to answer it.
Very well. I'll translate this. When Julius Caesar left Egypt to return to Rome, he said to Cleopatra,
Hoc semper is the victim quo facere posset pluribus fidelium marcus agrarium.
I don't know, Professor. What does hoc semper is the victim quo facere posset pluribus fidelium marcus agrarium mean?
Wipe your chin and try that again.
What does hoc semper is the victim quo facere posset pluribus fidelium marcus agrarium mean?
When you say I beg your pardon, then I'll come back to you. Oh, and I hope you'll be better prepared for tomorrow's lesson.
Yes, sir. What are we studying tomorrow?
The works of Augustus V, Horatio V, Octavius V, and Cassius V. Love them fifth.
I studied my Latin hard, and he finally passed me with a mark of 86 proof. He had grown into a professor of distinction. Then came the day of our final game of the season. We were undefeated, and a victory now would mean the conference championship. Every seat in the stadium was filled. What a thrill I felt as the pregame ceremony started, and our school band took the field. All eyes were on the band, dressed in their gleaming uniforms, as they marched around the field playing... It sounded great, because this time he was plugged in. Then the game started, and it was a brutal, hard-fought contest. The first half ended in a scoreless tie. We went back to our dressing room, and our coach looked at us and said... This wasn't a commercial. We were holding secret signal practice. Then the second half started. The game remained deadlocked until the fourth quarter when we got a break. I intercepted a pass. I broke away from the safety man, had a clear field for a touchdown, when I suddenly realized it was all in vain. There was a handkerchief on the play. Angrily, I rushed up to the referee and said...
Did you drop your handkerchief? What's the penalty for?
Your backfield was in motion.
What?
You never should have taken those rumba lessons from Arthur Murray.
The game resumed. There was 1 minute left to go. The crowd and my producer were going wild. I received the ball and faded way back and threw a long forward pass to the fullback. He grabbed it in midfield. He evaded 2 tacklers and headed for the goal line. He crossed the 30, the 20, the 10, over the goal line, into the end zone, up into the stands. And then he started chasing the girl. It was at that moment that I realized that he was the lumberjack. So it was he and not I who was Saturday's hero.
Jack, we'll be back in just a moment, but first...
Lucky's taste better. Yes, there's better taste in Lucky Strike, because Lucky's fine, mild, good-tasting tobacco goes into a cigarette that is the best made of all 5 principal brands. These are not just claims. They're facts that prove Lucky's are made better in every way. Facts verified by leading laboratory consultants. One of these, Froling and Robertson of Richmond, Virginia, reports, it is our conclusion that Lucky Strike is the best made of these 5 major brands. So don't be misled by the smoke screen of claims and empty promises made by other cigarettes. Remember the proven facts of Lucky Strike quality. Enjoy the mild, rich taste of fine tobacco in the cigarette that smokes smoother because it's made better. The cigarette that tastes better, Lucky Strike. You'll prove it yourself by trying a carton of Lucky's today.
Be happy, go lucky, be happy, get better taste, be happy, go lucky strike today.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the 10th program of this series, and we'll be with... Oh, get that, will you, Mary?
Okay. Hello? Yes, this is Mary. Oh, Papa! You're having dinner at home? Then you heard me. Pop, it's silly for you and Mama not to talk to each other. Oh, all right. If you want me to, I'll do it. Jack, let me at that microphone.
Huh?
Mama, pass Papa the mashed potatoes. Good night, Mama. Good night, Papa.
Good night, folks.
Ladies and gentlemen, our stockpile of blood plasma has been greatly depleted by the demands of the Korean campaign. And it's imperative that action be taken to ensure an adequate supply ready for immediate use. So please go to the blood bank in your cities and contribute. It's needed badly. This is an urgent request. In the Los Angeles area, the telephone number is Dunkirk 45261. Dunkirk 45261. Remember, the gift of blood is a gift from the heart. This is Don Wilson reminding you to listen to your hit parade with Guy Lombardo every Thursday night, presented by Lucky Strike. Consult your newspaper for time and station. Stay tuned for the Amos and Andy Show, which follows immediately. The Jack Benny program is heard by our armed forces overseas through the facilities of the Armed Forces Radio Service. This is the CBS Radio Network.
Jack Benny with Murray Livingston, Phil Harris, Rochester, Davis, and yours truly, Don Wilson.
We may not be funny, but we've sure got suspense. Mr. Benny's residence, star of stage, screen, radio, and is beginning to get a feeling of security in television. Oh, hello, Susie. Huh? Oh, no, honey, I can't get away today. Mr. Benny gave me yesterday off. Where'd I go? No place. He wouldn't let me leave. I had him blitzed on 4 games. I'll talk to you later, Susie. Goodbye.
Good morning, Rochester.
Good morning, boss. How'd you do at the wedding last night?
Oh, it was... Wait a minute. Rochester, how'd you know I went to a wedding?
Well, I overheard you on the phone last night and you were dickering about the price.
Well, how'd you know I played my violin at a wedding?
Well, for $3, I knew it wasn't a Hollywood Bowl.
All right. I'll never take that kind of a job again. What a wedding. What people. I not only got home at 4 o'clock in the morning, but I haven't even got the $3.
Why? What happened?
While I was kissing the bride, the groom picked my pocket. But maybe he needed it. Anyway, Rochester, who's at the piano playing my song?
I don't know.
Well, let's go see. Look, it's Polly. Polly, you play Daddy's song on the piano.
She can sing it, too.
You can sing it?
When you say, I beg your pardon, then I'll come back to you. When you ask me to forgive you, I'll return.
Rochester. She knows the words and music perfectly. Where'd she see a copy of my song?
I lined the bottom of her cage with it.
Oh, for heaven's sake. I thought you always covered the bottom of Polly's cage with the funny paper.
I had to stop. Little Orphan Annie had her in tears.
Well, that's about the silliest. Rochester, put Polly back in her cage. I'll get the door.
Like the swallows at Serrano, return to Capistrano. For you.
Hello, Jack.
Oh, hello, Mary. Come on in.
Jack, I've got to tell you the cutest thing that happened on my way over here.
What? What was it?
Well, it was a nice day, and I thought I'd walk. And as I came down Wilshire Boulevard, I was standing on the curb waiting for the traffic, when a little fellow came up to me and said, "May I help you across the street?" And Jack, he was so cute I couldn't refuse. I gave him my hand, and we walked across. Then we got to the other side. He kissed me.
Oh, that's cute. This little boy kissed you?
What little boy? He's a jockey at Santa Anita.
No.
I had to lift them up yet.
Well, Mary, that'll teach you to... Oh, for heaven's sake, there's that bird again.
Jack, isn't that your song?
Yeah, Polly learned how to play my song on the piano. She won't stay in her cage. Rochester, get Polly back in her cage.
Okay. Come on, get away from the piano. Come on, get away from the piano.
Si, senor.
Now she thinks she's Hosea Turby. Sometimes that bird doesn't. I'll answer it, Rochester.
Oh, how do you do, sir? Would you like to buy some magazines?
Well, Dennis.
Oh, hello, Mr. Benny. Would you like to buy some magazines? I've got Look, Collier's, and Red Book.
Dennis, how come you're selling magazines?
Well, my father is out of work, my brother is laid up with a broken leg, and my sister's husband ran away and left her with 2 starving children.
Wait a minute. Dennis, did your father lose his job?
No.
And your brother, he broke his leg?
No.
And your sister's husband ran off? Dennis, you haven't got a sister, have you?
No.
Then why did you tell me such a story?
If you were sympathetic instead of nosy, you'd buy a magazine.
Now, look, Dennis.
Jack, who's out there?
One of the happiness boys. Look, Dennis, as long as you stop by, how about coming in and let me hear the song you're going to do on the program?
Okay.
Hello, Dennis.
Want to buy a magazine?
No, she doesn't want to buy a magazine. And I don't want to hear another word about magazines. Now, what song are you going to sing?
Let Me Collier, Sweetheart.
Just sing your song. Let me Collier, Sweetheart.
Frosty the snowman was a jolly, happy soul, with a corncob pipe and a button nose and 2 eyes made out of coal. Frosty the snowman is a fairy tale, they say. He was made of snow, but the children know how he came to life one day. There must have been some magic in that old silk hat they found. For when they placed it on his head, he began to dance around. Frosty the snowman was alive as he could be, and the children say he could laugh and play just the same as you and me. Frosty the snowman knew the sun was hot that day, so he said, let's run and have some fun now before I melt away. Down to the village with a broomstick in my hand. Let's run here and there all around the square, playing catch me if you can. He led them down the streets of town right to the traffic cop, and he only paused a moment when he heard him holler, stop! Frosty the snowman had to hurry on his way, but he waved goodbye, saying, don't you cry, I'll be back again someday. I'll be back again someday.
That was very, very good, Dennis. You sang that beautifully.
Oh, yeah?
What do you mean, oh, yeah?
You're just trying to be nice to me because you didn't buy a magazine.
Look, Dennis, I'm not trying to be nice to you. And as far as the magazines are concerned, you didn't... Rochester, get Polly back in her cage.
Okay, come on, Polly, get away from that piano. I said get away from that piano. Come on now.
Rochester, what was that?
Jose just laid an egg.
An egg? Did you catch it?
Like the swallows at Serrano is in the frying panel.
Well, good. You know, Mary, you won't believe this.
Hello, anybody home?
Huh? Oh, hello, Phil. We're in the den.
Hiya, Jackson. The reason well, as I live and breathe, Mary.
I'd like to live, too, so breathe the other way.
Well, dollface. Dollface. Good for you, doll. Good. What do you want, Phil?
Well, the reason I dropped over was
Hello,
that...
Phil.
Oh, hi, Dennis.
You want to buy a magazine?
Dennis. Now, why don't you go home? Now, Phil, what is it?
Well, look, Jackson, after the rehearsal yesterday, I got to thinking, and you said the program was too long, and you'd like to make some cuts.
That's right. We'll have to take out I'd say about 2 minutes.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm getting at, Jackson. Rather than sacrifice any of my sparkling dialogue, I can get the time out of my music.
Really?
Yeah, certainly. You see, I can cut the allegro movement of my orchestra number and just leave the pizzicato for the violins.
Well, yes. Yes, you could.
And then you see, if I have to, I can fade the last 8 measures of pianissimo and segue to the andante.
Well, what do you think, Mary?
You're not going to get me into this.
Well, I think it's a very good suggestion, Phil, but we'll only do it if we're stuck for time, you know?
Hey, Jackson.
What?
Hey, ain't it funny how we fool our audience and make them think that I'm a dumb guy who don't know nothing about music?
Yeah. Well, you know, that's show business.
Yeah. You know, Jackson, sometime I'd like to play something classical just to show the people I can do it.
Well, that would be a surprise, Phil. What would you play?
Oh, I don't know. Something by Rimsky-Korsakov or Beethoven or Schubert or Willie Hoppe.
Willie Hoppe? But Willie Hoppe, he's a billiard champion. What song did he ever write?
Please don't talk about me when I'm gone. Oh, Philzy, you started out as a lousy band leader. Now you're the king of comedy, you
Mary, did you hear that?
I'm still sick from letting me collar your sweetheart.
I don't blame you. Phil, do me a favor, will you? Take Dennis and go home.
Okay, come on, Collier. Let's be.
Okay, Clyde. So long, Mr. Benny.
So long. You know, Mary, when I got out of bed, I thought I'd be able to relax today. But this house is worse than a bus station.
Well, Jack, if you really want to have some fun, why don't you go to the Belmont Theater and see that new Lou Holtz Burt Wheeler show, Merry-Go-Round?
See, I got tickets to that for Saturday night, Mary, and I hear it's terrific. I'll tell you what. Let's go to a movie tonight, huh? What's playing?
Well, I don't know. Let's go down to Hollywood Boulevard and take a look.
Okay. Oh, the air sure smells good tonight.
Yeah, that rain we had really cleared things up.
You know, the smog has been so heavy lately, you could almost cut it with a knife.
You know, Jack, since the smog cleared away, I learned something very interesting about that 6-story building on the corner of Hollywood and Vine.
What about it?
It's 12 stories.
No kidding. Here, Mary, let me take your arm while we cross the street.
Well, Jack, you can't cross now. The light's against you.
Never mind. Come on, let's go.
But, Jack!
Come on.
Oh, brother, what you won't do since you joined the Blue Cross.
Blue Cross, Blue Cross. I was in a hurry. Now, come on, let's make up our mind about what picture we want to see.
Well, I hear the Blue Veil is wonderful. Jane Wyman and Charles Lawton are in it. How about that?
Well, all right, but I'm a little peeved at Jane Wyman. You know, she's been acting so stuck up since she won the Academy Award.
Well, I've never noticed any change in her.
Well, I have.
A couple of weeks ago, she passed me on the street, didn't even say hello to me.
Well, Jack, did she ever speak to you before she won the Oscar?
Well, come to think of it, no. But she could at least...
Jack, look what's playing here at Grauman's Chinese. Golden Girl, and Dennis Day is in it.
Oh, yes. Let's go in and see it.
Okay.
I'll get the tickets this time.
How many, please?
2 in the balcony.
I'm sorry, we don't have one.
Gee, that's funny. I always thought this theater had a balcony.
So did I until the smog cleared.
No kidding.
Yeah. Gee, I wonder what happened to all those people I sent up there.
I'm sure I don't know. 2 regular seats, please.
Yes, sir. Here you are.
Thank you.
Tickets, please.
Here you are.
You'll find seats in the center aisle.
Thank you. Come on, Mary.
Gee, it's so dark in here I can hardly see.
That's all right, Mary. Here comes the usherette with a flashlight.
May I help you, please?
Yes, we'd like 2 seats.
Follow me. How far down?
Oh, about midway.
Yes, sir. Center or on the aisle?
In the center, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Gee, Mary, we're lucky. We came in during the travelogue.
Here we are. Will these 2 seats do?
Oh, they're fine.
I'm so glad. Here, miss, let me help you off with your coat. Oh, there you are.
Thank you.
Now let me help you with your coat, sir. Oh, there you are.
Well, thank you.
Now pucker up.
Pucker up?
Yes. I'm going to kiss you. Here.
Say. What is this?
Since television, we're giving all the service we can.
Well, sit down.
And so it is with heavy heart that we say farewell to the picturesque little town of Serrano. Beautiful Serrano, from whence the swallows came.
Whence?
Yes, whence. Let's watch the show.
Jack, the feature's starting.
Yeah. Gee, this woman sitting in front of me, she's wearing such a big hat I can hardly see anything.
Well, ask her to take it off.
Yeah, I will. Excuse me, madam, I can't see the picture. Would you please remove your hat?
No, I won't.
Look, madam, all I said was...
Quiet!
Jack, that lady's voice, it sounded familiar.
I know I've heard it before, but I can't seem to remember...
Quiet back there! I want to enjoy my son's picture.
Jack, it's Dennis's mother.
Say, that's right.
Well, I'm surprised that she's here. I thought she was out of town.
Well, she came back. You see, the abalone diving season is over.
Jack, maybe if you speak nicely to her and tell her who you are, she'll take off her hat.
I'll try. Excuse me, Mrs. Day. I'm Jack Benny.
Who gave you the passes?
No one gave me passes. I bought my own ticket, and I bought one from Miss Livingston, too.
Well, ain't you the sporty one?
Now, look, Mrs. Day. Cut out that talking.
Jack, let's watch the picture.
Well, all right.
Oh, look. There's Dennis on the screen now. Gee, he's cute.
Mary, are you sure we've come to the right picture?
Well, certainly. Why?
Well, look at the screen. Dennis is wearing the blue veil.
You're looking at him through his mother's hat.
Yeah, I wish I could see.
Oh, Jack, stop complaining. There's a tall fellow sitting in front of me, too.
It's me, Mary.
Dennis, how come you're so tall?
I'm sitting on my magazine.
Oh, for heaven's sake, Dennis, do you mean you've been sitting there all the time? Your mother's been fighting with me?
Uh-huh.
I spend my good money to see your picture, and you sit there and let your mother say the most awful... Shut up!
What? You heard her. She said,
Shut up! I'm not going to shut up. I came here to see a movie, and I'm not going to...
Hey, throw that bum out!
What?
You heard me, bum!
Bum? Who do you think you're talking to?
You, and if you don't shut up, I'll punch you right in the nose!
Well, I don't care if you do. I belong to the Blue Cross. Come on, Mary, let's go.
Jack will be back in just a moment, but first...
Up a lazy river by that old mill run, that lazy, lazy river in the noonday sun. Linger in the shade of a kind old tree. Throw away your troubles, dream a dream with me. Of a lazy river where the robin's song awakes a bright new morning, we can loaf along. Blue skies up above, everyone's in love. Up a lazy river, how happy you can be. Up a lazy river with me. Oh, lazy. Yeah. Let me see. What other name could I lay on you? Big Easy. Kind of like that. You want to know something easy? Some folks call you muddy. But to me, you always seem like a good cup of coffee with just the right amount of cream. Sure do love your attitude. Got nothing on your mind. You don't care where you're going or what you left behind. So, why don't you stop and rest a minute and let me bend your ear. Why bother going further when it's so calm and peaceful here? Look like he ain't gonna stop. He just keep rolling, 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 rolling up a lazy river. By that old mill run, old lazy, lazy river, in the noonday sun, linger in the shade of a kind old tree. Throw away your troubles, dream a dream with me. Up a lazy river where that robin's song awakes a bright new morning. Let us move along. Blue skies up above, everyone in love. Up old lazy river, how happy you can be. Up a lazy river with me.
the United States Armed Forces Radio Service.
The Jack Benny Program, transcribed, presented by Lucky Strike. And now a word of interest to smokers. For years you've heard talk, double talk, words about noses, words about throats, empty promises. Cigarette advertising is filled with them. Now this smokescreen of double talk is swept away by facts, not claims. Facts. The facts are that Lucky's fine, mild, good-tasting tobacco goes into a cigarette that's made better, that's fully packed, that has no annoying loose ends to spoil the taste. A cigarette that's made better in every way. Yes, the facts are that Lucky Strike, by a wide margin, is the best made of all 5 principal brands of cigarettes. Facts proven by a month-after-month quality comparison based on tests certified to be impartial, fair, and identical. And these tests, these facts, are verified by leading laboratory consultants. For example, Foster D. Snell Incorporated of New York City reports, in our opinion, the properties measured are all important factors affecting the taste of cigarette smoke. We conclude that Lucky Strike is the best made of the 5 major brands. Yes, Lucky's taste better. Always so mild, so smooth, so firm and fresh, with better taste in every puff. So prove to yourself the proven facts. Don't be misled by the smokescreen of claims made by other cigarettes. Remember the facts and enjoy really fine, mild, good-tasting tobacco in the cigarette that tops all 5 principal brands for quality. The cigarette that tastes better, Lucky Strike. Try a carton today.
Be happy, go Lucky Strike today.
The Lucky Strike program starring Jack Benny with Barry Livingston, Polaris Rochester, Dennis Day, the Sportsman Podcast, and yours truly, Don Wilson. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's go down to a local department store where Jack and Mary have gone to do their Christmas shopping.
Gosh, Mary, no matter how early you do your Christmas shopping, the stores are always crowded.
Yeah.
Now, let's see. I have to get a present for my producer, my sound effects men, my engineer, my script girl.
By the way, Jack, what are you giving your 4 writers?
My 4 writers? Oh, something they can really use.
What's that?
A 5th writer. Now, Mary, I know what to get everybody in the cast but Don Wilson. Have you any suggestions?
Well, the jewelry counter's over there. Why don't you get him a nice pair of cufflinks?
Say, that's a good idea. Come on, Mary. Here we are.
Yes, sir. What can I do for you?
I'd like to see some cufflinks. Huh?
Well, we have a large variety. All these you see here are $1.98.
$1.98?
Yes, sir.
Jack, here's some better-looking cufflinks in this case.
Oh, yes. I think Don would like this pair. Huh?
They're solid gold.
Gold? How much are they?
$40.
$40?
The cheap ones turn green.
He sure did, didn't he? Look, Jack, Don has been with you 18 years. It's about time you got him something nice.
You know, Mary, you're right. I'm going to get Don these gold cufflinks. He deserves it. Mister, I'll take these $40 cufflinks.
Yes, sir.
Does that include the engraving?
Yes, we do it right here. It only takes a few minutes.
Good. Now, clerk, these cufflinks are for a friend of mine named Don Wilson. So put a D on one cufflink and a W on the other.
Yes, sir.
Have them gift wrap and see that Mr. Wilson gets it before Christmas. CBS Hollywood.
Yes, sir.
Come on, Mary, let's go to the sporting goods section. I want to pick out something for Phil.
Wait a minute, Jack. I want to stop at the hosiery counter first.
Okay.
May I help you? Yes, I'd like to see some nylons, please. Surely. Are they for yourself? No, they're for my sister.
Oh, you're buying something for Babe?
Yes.
Stocking?
What size? 16 and a half. I beg your pardon. What size stocking did you say? 16 and a half. Madam, the boxes don't come that big.
Mary, maybe you made a mistake. Babe's feet can't be that large.
Yes, they are, Jack. That's why she's in such demand during the grape crushing season.
Oh, well, Mary, why don't you get her present later? I like to finish my shopping first.
Just a minute, Jack. As long as we're here at the stocking counter, I want to buy a pair for myself.
Mary, you don't have to buy stockings. I was going to give you some for Christmas.
I'll buy my own. I wore the stockings you gave me last year, and everybody thought I was a nurse.
Well, how do I know what kind you want? Now, hurry up, Mary, because I want to pick out something for Phil.
Can I help you, young man?
Huh?
I said, can I help you?
Oh, are you a clerk?
Just for the Christmas rush. I'm really Glenn McCarthy, and I'm only working here to pay my income.
Well, gee, I'd like to get something for my parents.
Your mother and father, eh?
Yeah, how did you know?
Oh, I just figured it out.
Oh, well, I think I'll get my mother a new corset.
Well, don't you think she should come down and pick out her own corset?
Oh, Mother hasn't left the house for 3 days.
Was she sick?
No, the string broke on her old one. She can't get through the door.
Well, that's too bad.
Yeah, we were spending a quiet evening at home, and all of a sudden... Boing! Stays flew in all directions.
Oh, my goodness. Was anybody hurt?
No, but my father got pinned to the wall. Well, anyway, wrap up that size 44 corset and I'll take it with me.
Yes, sir. Now, let's see, Mary. The sporting goods counter should be...
Hello, Mr. Beanie.
Well, hello. Mr. Kitzel.
I see the Yuletime is catching up with you. You too, Miss Livingstone?
Yes. Are you doing your Christmas shopping, Mr. Kitzel?
I'm a busy boy. Look at this armful of bundles. Ooh, the things I am buying. For my wife, I'm getting a house coat, and for my nephew, I'm getting some electric things.
Oh, Lionel?
No, his name is Sam.
Oh.
Well, excuse me, Mr. Benny. I got to run over to the liquor department and buy a present for my brother. I'm going to get him some of that very expensive imported brandy.
Napoleon?
No, his name is Lionel.
Oh.
Well, good to see you. Goodbye, Mr. Benny.
Goodbye, Mr. Kitzel, and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Mr. Kitzel.
Same to you. You better not pout. You better not cry. Better watch out. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town.
Now, let's see. Where was I going?
Jack, you better get Phil's present. I think the sporting goods is over here.
Yeah, we'll go over and... Oh, just a minute, Mary.
What's the matter?
I've been thinking about Don's gift. I'm afraid I had it engraved wrong. I'm going back to the jewelry department. Come on. Oh, clerk.
Yes, sir?
Remember me? I bought a $40 pair of gold couplings here a few minutes ago, and I'd like to change the engraving.
But, mister, I've already got it wrapped with ribbon and tinsel and everything.
I'm sorry, but I want you to change the engraving, so you'll have to open it up.
But, mister...
Now, please, I'm a customer here. I'll open it up.
Okay. Now, what do you want?
Well, the way it is now, there's a D on one coupling and a W on the other. Now, I'd like you to put both initials on each one of them.
Okay, I'll go fix it.
Jack, that's ridiculous. What's wrong with the way it was?
Well, with Don Wilson, it's the only sensible thing to do. See, when Don wears them, people will see the D on one cufflink, and they'll be curious to see what's on the other one. And I want to save them that long walk. Now, clerk, wrap it nicely with the tinsel and the ribbon.
I'll wrap it.
Come on, Mary. Now we can go to the sporting goods department. Now, here we are.
Gee, they sure have a nice assortment of guns and hunting equipment, Jack.
Yes, I think I should be able to get something for Phil here. Oh, clerk! Well, you're back again this year. Would you mind helping me? Certainly. Across which aisle? Now, don't be so smart.
Jack, don't start an argument with him. Just buy Phil's present.
Look, I came here to get something for a friend of mine. Now, he's the rugged type.
Well, there's always camping equipment. Does he sleep outdoors, Mark?
Yeah, sometimes right in front of his house. Gee, I don't know what to get him.
Well, while you're making up your little mind, I'll wait on another customer.
Okay, do you mind if I fool around with this gun?
Go right ahead. It's loaded.
Gosh, you know, Mary, it's hard to buy something for Phil.
Maybe you'd like this fishing rod.
Yeah, say, that might be nice. Oh, clerk.
Just a minute. I have other customers.
Yes, sir. I'll wait.
That'll be $8.76, madam.
Gee.
Have you decided on that tennis racket, young man? Good. That'll be $12.75.
Gosh.
Ouch! Finally got your nose caught in it.
Never mind. Just give me that fishing rod. Now wrap it up and I'll call for it later. Come on, Mary. Well, don't say anything. Here comes Phil now.
Hiya, Jackson.
Hello, Livy, you little fugitive from the doll counter, you.
Hello, Phil. You're certainly carrying a lot of packages.
Yeah, I've been shopping all day. Got presents for everybody. How about you two?
Well, I'm nearly finished with my shopping.
$5 is almost gone, huh?
Phil, for your information, I just spent $40 on Don Wilson.
What'd you do, take him to lunch?
No, I...
Look out, Phil. One of your packages is slipping.
Yeah, there it goes.
Darn it, now I got to get Remley another present.
Mary, let's move away. I'm getting dizzy. See you later, Phil.
So long, kid.
Goodbye,
Bye, Phil.
Come on, Mary. I still have to buy something for my sister Florence.
Oh, Jack, look. There's Santa Claus.
Yeah, look at him. With his red suit and white beard.
Jack, he's coming toward us.
I'm going to talk to him. Hello, Santa.
Hiya, bud.
Huh?
Long time no see.
Come on, Mary. Let's get away from here.
Jack, wasn't that the...
Yes, that's the tout I always see at the racetrack. Imagine, of all people, being Santa Claus. Well, let's see. I think I might get something for my sister.
Oh, Jack!
Oh, hello, Don.
Hello, Don.
Oh, hello, Mary. Oh, gee, what trouble I'm having in this store. Wish I didn't have such a big stomach.
Why?
Well, it seems there's a piano missing, and they've searched me 3 times.
Well, if you're all fall down, you should diet once in a while.
Yeah, I guess so. Oh, say, Jack, I'm glad I bumped into you. Do you think our sponsor would appreciate an unusual gift like this?
Don, what's so unusual about that? It's just a clock.
Oh, no, Mary. It's not just a clock. It's a syncopated clock.
A syncopated clock?
Yeah, I'll show you how it works. Wait till I wind it up.
Now here's a clock that works all right. It works all right, but not exactly quite. Instead of going tick-tock-tick, the crazy clock goes tock-tick-tock. Experts come to hear and see, but none of them can solve the mystery. We called Professor Einstein too. He said there's nothing I can do. The man who made it raved and raved, because nobody could say why this silly clock behaved the hickory-dickory way. It has a syncopated tick, a steady rhythm, really kind of slick. It has a beat that we all like, as pleasing as a lucky strike. Lucky, lucky, lucky strike. Round and firm and fully packed. Better tasting, that's a fact. So let's light up a lucky, pop on a lucky strike, the smoke that
So, darn it, it's running down. I'll wind it up again.
LSMFT, that's a cigarette for you and me. Round and firm and slowly packed. No loose ends and that's a fact. LSMFT, better tasting, try what you see. Here's the smoke that you will like. So let's all light up, lucky strike. Pop on a lucky.
Don, that's a wonderful gift, and I'm sure the sponsor will be crazy about it.
I thought you'd like it. But, Jack, when I send it to him, should I sign the card just Don or be more formal and sign my full name, Donald Harlow Wilson?
Donald Harlow Wilson? Oh, you know him well enough to sign it Don.
No, I guess so. Well, I got to run along now. I got to get a present for my wife. So long.
So long.
Say, Mary, did you hear that?
What?
Don's got a middle name. Harlow. I didn't know that.
So what?
So what? Mary, his cufflinks. Don would never forgive me if I left out his middle initial.
Jack, you mean you're going...
I'll be back in a minute. I'm going to get that engraving changed. Oh, clerk.
Yes, sir. What can I... Oh, it's you again.
Yes, I've got a slight change for you in that engraving.
Oh, no. Oh, it's to buy the gift. Then I engrave the gift. Then I wrap the gift. Then you change your mind about the engraving. Then I unwrap the gift. Then I re-engrave the gift. Then I wrap the gift. Now you want me to change the engraving again?
Well, never mind. I just unwrapped the gift.
I've already sent it down to the delivery department.
Well, you'll just have to go down there and get it.
What was wrong with it?
There was nothing wrong with it. It's just that I'd like to add some more engraving.
More engraving? Look, mister, that ain't a tombstone, it's a cufflink.
I know. I want to add his middle... I want to add his middle initial, H. Now go get my package.
All right. I'll get it.
What an eccentric character. Well, Mary, that takes care of that.
Oh, thank heaven. Now let's finish your shopping.
Say, Mary, what do you think I ought to get for my sister Florence?
Well, I don't know. Lingerie might be nice.
Yeah, say, that sounds pretty good.
Oh, look, Jack. There's Rochester doing his Christmas shopping, too.
Yeah, I want to see what he's getting.
Can I do anything for you?
Yeah, I'm looking for a Christmas present for my boss.
Your boss, eh? Well, would you like something in a necktie?
I don't know. That might be all right.
Well, what kind would you like? What kind of a man is your boss?
Well, he ain't exactly the vigorous type like Harold Flynn, and he ain't exactly quite like Gary Cooper. Then again, he ain't exactly bashful like Jimmy Stewart. And on the other hand, he ain't the aggressive type like Humphrey Bogart.
Well, what type is he?
I don't know what he is. I just know what he ain't.
Well, here's a nice necktie that will fit any type of man. And it's only $3.50.
$3.50?
That isn't too much to spend on a present for your employer.
Oh, it isn't that I don't want to spend the money, but I just can't afford it. He doesn't pay me much.
Oh. Well, then here's a nice tie for 79 cents.
How much down?
How do you like that?
I really don't know what to get him.
Let me ask you something. What does your boss usually give you for Christmas?
Well,
what?
Well, last year he gave me $5,000.
He gave you $5,000? That's hard to believe.
You wouldn't believe the truth either.
Come on, Mary, let's go. Oh, Mary, I just thought of something about Don's cufflinks.
Not again.
Come with me. It'll only take a minute. Oh, clerk, here's the package. I got it up from the delivery room, and I added the extra initial. Oh, that's too bad. I want to change the cufflink. What? Instead of the $40 ones, I'll take the ones that cost $1.98. Gee, he was such a young fellow. Well, I'll take the $1.98 cufflinks and put the money in his hand. Come on, Mary, let's go.
Jack, if you're going to buy lingerie for your sister Florence, I know just the kind that...
Mary, look.
Where?
In the toy department. There's a little boy climbing up on Santa Claus's lap.
Oh, yes.
Let's listen.
Hiya, Sonny.
Hello, Santa Claus.
What would you like St. Nick to bring you for Christmas?
I'd like a toy.
What kind?
A bicycle. Huh?
Get a fire truck.
But I want a bicycle.
Bicycle hasn't got a chance.
Why not?
Bicycle tires.
Gee, I never thought of that. I know what, Santa. Just bring me a pair of roller skates.
Now, that is the worst choice you could make.
What?
Roller skates are no good in the mud.
Well, in that case, I know what I'll do.
What?
Come here a minute. I'm gonna get a high-powered BB gun.
Why a high-powered BB gun?
It's a long shot.
Okay, good luck, Sonny, and Merry Christmas.
You know, Mary, if I didn't see that, I wouldn't believe it.
Well, come on, Jack. Let's buy your sister's present and go home.
Okay.
Well, here's the lingerie counter.
Yeah. Pardon me, but would you mind waiting on us?
Why not? Your money's as good as anybody's.
Well, could you show me something in silk lingerie?
Certainly. What's your size?
Well, they're not for me.
They're for his sister, size 34.
Okay. Here's a whole box of them.
Will you lay the lingerie out for us, please?
Just a minute till I put my gloves on.
Gloves?
Touching that stuff with me bare hands makes me a nervous wreck.
What?
Especially the black ones.
Look, mister, we haven't got all day. Show us something in a size 34.
Okay. Here's a nice little garment. A genuine, pure silk nightie.
Gee, that's awfully pretty. I think this would be very... Wait a minute, mister. What are all these little loops on the bottom of the nightgown?
The loops?
Yeah, the loops.
Yes, what are the loops for?
When you go to bed, you hook them over your toes so the nightgown won't creep up on you.
Oh, that's wonderful. Gift wrap it and send it to my house.
Yes, sir.
Jack, here comes Don again.
Oh, hello, Don. Have you bought your wife's present yet?
Yeah, finished all my shopping. I even bought something for the man who collects our garbage.
Oh, what'd you buy him?
$40 cufflinks.
Don, $40 cufflinks for a man who just collects your garbage?
Jack, the only others they had were $1.98, and I wouldn't give them to a dog.
Well, you can start barking, brother, and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Fido. See you later. Come on, Mary, let's go home. Ladies and gentlemen, industry can produce the bombers and munitions, but only you can give the blood that is needed so badly. Make that appointment today. Call your local blood bank. In the Los Angeles area, the telephone number is Dunkirk 4-5261. Thank you.
We'll be back in just a moment, but first...
Lucky's taste better. Yes, there's better taste in Lucky Strike because Lucky's fine, mild, good-tasting tobacco goes into the cigarette that tops all 5 principal brands for quality. Lucky Strike. These are not just claims. Facts that prove Lucky's are made better in every way. Facts verified by leading laboratory consultants. One of these, Froling and Robertson of Richmond, Virginia, reports, it is our conclusion that Lucky Strike is the best made of these 5 major brands. So don't be misled by the smokescreen of claims and empty promises made by other cigarettes. Remember the proven facts of Lucky Strike quality. Enjoy the mild, rich taste of fine tobacco in the cigarette that smokes smoother because it's made better. The cigarette that tastes better. Lucky Strike. You'll prove it yourself by trying a carton of Lucky's today.
Be happy, go lucky, be happy, get better taste, be happy, go lucky strike today.
Well, Mary, I've done all my Christmas shopping. I guess we can go home.
Yeah, come on, let's...
Well, Mr. Benny, imagine running into you again.
Mr. Kitzel, I thought you finished your Christmas shopping.
Well, I had to come back. I forgot to get a present for my boss. I'm buying him a cigarette lighter.
Ronson?
No, his name is Shapiro.
Well, good night, folks.
This is John Wilson reminding you to listen to your hit parade with Guy Lombardo every Thursday night, presented by Lucky Strike. Consult your newspaper for time and station. Stay tuned for the Amos and Andy Show, which follows immediately. The Jack Benny program is heard by our armed forces overseas through the facilities of the Armed Forces Radio Service.
program starring Jack Benny with Barry Livingston, Phil Harris, Rochester, Dennis Day, and yours truly, Don Wilson. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from Palm Springs, that oasis of the desert, we bring you the Sheik of Araby, Jack Benny.
Thank you. Hello again. This is Jack Benny talking. And, Don, I know you were trying to be clever, but why in the world would you introduce me as the Sheik of Araby?
Well, Jack, we've been in Palm Springs all week, and you yourself told me you were living in a tent.
A tent? No, Don, you misunderstood me. I said I was living at the El Contento. It's a very nice place, so there's no connection between me and a sheik.
But, Jack, at 8 o'clock this morning, I saw you in a long robe walking down Palm Canyon Drive with a dagger in your hand.
That was a toothbrush. I was on my way to the washroom. You and your big mouth. The guy can't have any privacy.
Well, in that case, Jack, I'm sorry.
No, Don. Now that I think of it, I'm glad that you called me the Sheik of Araby. Because tonight, into your tent I'll creep and rip up your contract. You know? So watch it, shrimp boat. You know? Oh, hello, Mary.
Hello, Jack.
Well, now we have the usual question. Well, Mary, what have you been doing since we got to Palm Springs?
Oh, I did some swimming, played some tennis, and yesterday, for the first time, I went horseback riding.
Oh, so that's where you were yesterday.
Yeah. First, I went on a breakfast ride, and when I got back from that, I went on a lunch ride.
Uh-huh.
When I got back from that, I went on a steak ride. When I got back from that, I went on a moonlight barbecue ride.
Mary, how could you eat so much?
Who ate? Somebody put glue on my saddle.
Mary, you mean all day yesterday you were stuck to the saddle?
Today, too. Why do you think I'm wearing this long skirt?
Oh. When you came through the door, I thought you were hinting for a game of leapfrog.
Well, anyway,
that
Jack...
gag was a tape show. We'd have to take it out, I think.
Anyway, Jack, you look wonderful. What have you been doing?
Well, Mary, every morning I take a long walk. Oh, hello, Dennis.
Hello.
Well, Dennis, now that you're here...
Wait a minute, Mr. Benny. Don't you notice anything different about me?
Different? No.
Well, look, man, look!
I'm looking.
Well, can't you see anything different about me?
No.
Gee, and everybody told me I'd look better with a mustache.
But, Dennis, you haven't got
Oh, darn it, I left it in my pocket.
Well, that's the silliest thing I ever heard. Imagine going out and buying a false mustache. Dennis, if you think you look better in a mustache, why don't you grow one?
If I grew one, I couldn't take it off when I go to bed.
Well, why in the world would you want to take your mustache off when you go to bed?
Because I talk in my sleep and it tickles.
Dennis, change the subject, will you?
Okay. Hey, Mary, come here a minute, will you? Over here.
What is it, Dennis?
I really played a joke on Mr. Benny yesterday.
Well, what'd you do?
Well, I heard that you were going out on a breakfast ride, and I figured that Mr. Benny would go with you. So I put some glue on one of the saddles. Mary, don't you think that's funny?
If I could get my feet out of this stirrup, I'd kick you right in the head.
Mary, come back here, will you?
All right, folks, up until now, this program's been flopping, but now Harris is here, and things will start popping. Lay it on there. Everybody loves a baby. That's why I'm in love with you.
Bill.
Pretty baby, yeah.
Bill, what stroke of modesty caused you to sneak in like that, you know?
No modesty, Jackson. I just thought I'd liven things up. Hey, we got a guest star, the Lone Ranger.
That's Mary. I'll explain it to you later. Anyway, Phil, now that we're here, suppose we... Wait a minute, Phil. What's that you got in your hand?
Palm Springs Martini.
A Palm Springs Martini? I never heard of that. How do they make it?
Same as a regular martini, only instead of an olive, you use a date.
A martini with a date in it?
After the fourth one, you don't even bother to spit out the pit.
Look, Phil.
Shake me, Jackson, and listen to me rattle.
Oh, Mr. Benny, do you want me to do my song now?
Well...
Wait a minute. First the Lone Ranger, and now Tom Dewey.
Dennis, take off that mustache.
Hello, Tom.
If you want to sing, go ahead.
Have you ever heard the story of how Ireland got its name? I'll tell you so you'll understand from whence old Ireland came. No wonder that we're proud of that dear land across the sea. For here's the way, me dear old mother told the tale to me. A little bit of heaven fell from out the sky one day and nestled on the ocean in a spot so far away. And when the angels found it, sure it looked so sweet and fair, they said, suppose we leave it, for it looks so peaceful there. So they sprinkled it with stardust just to make the shamrocks grow. It's the only place you'll find them, no matter where you go. Then they dotted it with silver to make its lake so grand. And when they had it finished, sure they called it Ireland. Sprinkled it with sawdust just to make the shamrocks grow. 'Tis the only place you'll find them, no matter where you go. And they dotted it with silver to make its lake so grand. And when they had it finished, sure they called it
Now, kids, I have something important to tell the audience.
Oh, Mr. Benny, do you mind if I say something now that we're in Palm Springs, huh?
What is it, Dennis?
Suntan oils, cactus plants, and tumbleweed.
Suntan oil, cactus plants, and tumbleweeds? What's that?
Well, if we can't be funny, let's be topical.
Dennis, what makes you act so silly?
Bill gave me a date, and boy, was the juice strong.
Be quiet, will you? Now, listen, kids. I have something important I want to tell the audience. It's a real surprise. Oh, Don, did you hire that trio you told me about?
Yeah, they should be here any minute.
Good.
What's this about a trio?
Well, Mary, Don found a famous singing group right here in Palm Springs, and they're going to sing the song I wrote. When you say I beg your pardon, then I'll come back to you.
No, Jackson, not that one. Straighten my hair. Tell everybody I got 9 toes, but don't sing that song. Please.
Now, wait a minute, Phil. Phil, that's a wonderful song. It's a wonderful song, and someday it'll be one of the biggest hits in the country. Yet at every opportunity, you kids knock it.
I don't like it either, and I'm full of date juice.
Now, cut that out. Look, kids, I don't want to hear any more about... I'll get it. Hello?
I have a long-distance call for Jack Benny.
Long distance? Put him on.
Here's your party.
Hello?
Hello, Mr. Benny. This is Rochester.
Rochester, why is this call long distance? I left you at my hotel.
I'm calling from the washroom.
Oh.
You forgot your electric razor again.
I don't care what I forgot. You have to call me in the middle of my broadcast?
The middle of your broadcast?
Certainly. It's 4:15.
It's 5:15 here.
What?
The washroom's on mountain time.
Oh. Anyway, Roger, how'd you know I left my electric razor in the washroom?
I followed the caller from the hotel.
Oh.
And say, boys.
What?
I found out why your electric razor went dead while you were shaving this morning.
Why?
The super chief ran over the cord in Cucamonga.
I knew something happened. Now, Rochester, take my things back to the hotel, then press my gray suit, lay out my shirts and tie, and be sure that...
Boss, I can't hear you. You'll have to talk louder.
What's the matter?
The Greyhound bus just pulled in. This place is a madhouse.
Well, never mind, Rochester. I'll see you later. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Now, let's see. What were we talking about?
Your lousy song.
We were talking about the trio that's coming over to sing.
Jackson, you're not really going to have that song sung on the radio, are you?
Why, certainly, Phil. It's beautiful. When you say, I beg your pardon, then I'll come back to you. When you ask me to forgive you, I'll return. Like the swallows at Serrano, return to Capistrano.
Oh, that's awful.
Mary, why don't you get a chair and sit down?
Who needs a chair?
Never mind. Come in.
Well, Jack, it's the Quadalajara Trio, the fellows who are going to do your song.
Oh, come on in, fellas. Come on in.
Jack, are you really going through with this?
Certainly, Mary. Now, I'll admit that the melody might not be the greatest, but the lyrics. Wait till you hear the words sung by professional singers. Take it, fellas. When you say I beg your pardon, then I'll come back to you. Mary, just listen to these lyrics.
Cuando digas te perdono, regresaré yo a ti. Si me pides
No, fellas, I want it in English.
regrese, volveré.
Boys, in English.
Igualmente que un Serrano.
Oh, Serrano.
Retorna Capistrano. Por ti mi corazón.
Boys, look, my program doesn't go to Mexico. Look, fellas, no, look, I wanted to understand the words. You see, I wrote it in English, fellas. Boys. No, boys, I don't want it that way. Look, wait a minute. Wait a minute, boys. Wait a minute, fellas. Wait a minute! Dan, what is this? I thought they were going to sing my song in English.
Well, Jack, so did I. That's what their manager told me.
Their manager, where is he?
Well, that's him, standing right over there.
Well, I want to talk to him. Hey, you, come here a minute. Are you the manager of the Quadalajara trio?
Si.
Well, they do popular songs, don't they?
Si.
Well, can't at least one of them speak English?
Si.
Which one?
She.
You mean he?
Si.
What's his name?
Sai.
Sai?
Si.
Wait, what key do they sing that in?
G.
G?
Si.
All right, fellas, you can go. And now, ladies and gentlemen, as is our custom here in Palm Springs, tonight we are going to present our annual Palm Springs murder mystery entitled... Hold it, Benny. Hold it. Hold it. Huh? Hey, kids, it's Charlie Farrell.
That's me, Charlie Farrell, mayor of the town and owner of the Racket Club and star of Eighth Heaven.
Eighth Heaven? Charlie, that's Seventh Heaven.
Well, everything's a little higher in Palm Springs.
I wouldn't know. I'm on mountain time. Anyway, Charlie, what'd you interrupt for? We're about to start our sketch.
Well, that's what I want to talk to you about. I've been sitting out in the audience waiting for this. Now, every year you come down here to Palm Springs and do a play called Murder at the Racket Club, and it's giving my joint a bad name.
Why, Charlie, that's ridiculous. It's all done in fun. Nobody believes it.
Well, that's where you're wrong. Only last week, some people from New York were staying at the Racket Club, and they came over to me and wanted to know where the body was lying.
Really?
Yeah, fortunately, Phil Harris was there, so I could show them one.
Oh, well, Charlie, after all, it doesn't make any difference. It's just a play.
But it's ridiculous, Jack. We've never had a murder at the Racket Club. We have a suicide every day or so, but no murders.
Suicides?
Yeah, when people get their bills. It sounds like the 4th of July.
Shouldn't have stopped in the middle of the sentence there, but it's all right. No kidding.
Anyway, Jack.
Reads it fine.
Anyway, Jack, as a favor to me, I wish you wouldn't do murder at the Racket Club.
Okay, Charlie, if you feel that way about it, we won't do murder at the Racket Club. We'll set the scene somewhere else.
Thank you, Jack.
Take it down.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we're doing a brand new play entitled The Palm Springs Murder Mystery, or The Sun Went Down at 3:59 and the Body Was Cold at 4. Curtain music.
My name is Captain O'Benny. I'm the retired chief of police of Palm Springs. At the moment, I'm in my cabin out in the desert writing my memoirs. This is easy for me as I have a pen that writes under sand. A retired police chief has much to remember.
Oh, darn it, always interruptions. I'll never get my memoirs written. Hello?
Hello. Is this the former Chief O'Benny?
Speaking.
Good. I'd like to report a murder.
But I'm retired. Why call me?
Well, I tried to get Sam Spade, but he's on another network.
Well, what do you want? What's wrong?
Well, I don't like to spoil your day, but my husband has just been murdered.
Oh, he has, eh? You know who murdered your husband?
No.
Well, have you got any ideas?
Now that he's dead, yes.
Well, I'll get the police. I'll get the police and come right over. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Chiefy.
The second after we had hung up, I realized I hadn't asked this girl her name, address, her phone number. I was really retired. I knew I'd need all the police help I could get on this case, so I went to the phone.
Hello, Palm Springs Police Station.
Let me speak to the new police chief.
Yes, sir. Oh, Chief, it's for you.
How do you do, how do you do, and how do you do? Sure and be gone, Faith and McCutcheon, it's a pleasure to be after throwing the blarney with you. Police Chief O'Day himself speaking in truth and be God and it is in truth and faith and be God and it is in truth and it is.
O'Day, this is former Captain O'Benny.
Oh, I thought you were a tourist. They expect us policemen to be Irish.
Now listen, O'Day, there's been a murder committed.
Well, come on over. Me and me boys will help you solve the crime.
I hung up the phone and rushed over to the police station. I didn't have a car. There were no trolleys or buses. I couldn't get a cab, so I decided to walk. This was the longest walk I had taken without my robe on. For the next 4 hours, we questioned everybody. Our search even took us out into the desert. There I saw an Indian sitting by his fire. I decided to question him, too. And I knew he'd tell me the truth because he was using his blanket to sweep away the smoke screen of double talk. I walked over to him and said,
Are you an Indian? You live out here in the desert? Have you lived out here in the desert long? I'm going to ask some questions, and I want the truth, see?
See?
I forgot to mention this Indian had a little Spanish blood in him.
Tell me, are you married?
See?
Have you been married long?
See?
Is your wife pretty?
See?
Now, look, there was a murder committed here in Palm Springs. Where were you last night?
Me have perfect alibi for last night.
An alibi, eh? Well, all right, where were you?
You follow me. Me take you there.
I followed him, and he took me there. I found out later this was the Iroquois version of Come On to My House. He took me inside a place that looked vaguely familiar. There was a man standing in the shadows. Then the Indian said,
Me was here last night. You ask that man there. Him prove my alibi, no double talk.
Okay, I'll ask him. Hey, you, was this Indian here all last night?
Yes, he was running my projector. I was showing Seventh Heaven.
But your prices should be 10th Heaven already over there. Well, I guess his alibi...
Wait a minute. Jack, you promised me there wouldn't be any more murder mysteries here at the Racket Club.
I can't help it, Charlie. This Indian led me here, and I'll have to make an investigation. Tell me the names of all the guests.
I don't know all their names. Look in the register.
Okay, I will.
Not that one.
I thought it was peculiar that Lincoln and Washington should both be staying here.
Now, look, Farrell, you're going to answer some questions.
No, I'm not. Now, you promised me to stay out of the Racket Club.
But there's been a murder here. Now, where's the body?
Here I am, Chiefy.
I mean the dead one. And take off that saddle. Now, Farrell, there's been a murder committed here, and I'm going to find out who did it. I'm going to question everybody in the place. First, I'll go into the bar. Now, listen, men. I'm here to... Mary's the Quadalajara Trio. And they're singing my song in English. In English. Keep it up, boys. Keep it up. At Serrano, return to Capistrano.
Program is written by Sam Perrin, Milt Josephsberg, George Balder, John Tackerberry, and produced and transcribed by Hilliard Mark.
This is the CBS Radio Network.
The Lucky Strike program, starring Jack Benny, with Barry Livingston, Phil Harris, Rochester, Dennis Day, and yours truly, Don Wilson.
be funny, but we've sure got suspense. Mr. Benny's residence, star, stage, screen, radio, and is beginning to get a feeling of security in television. Hello, Susie. Huh? Oh, no, honey, I can't get away today. Mr. Benny gave me yesterday off. Where'd I go? No place. He wouldn't let me leave. I had him blitzed on 4 games. I'll talk to you later, Susie. Goodbye.
Good morning, Rochester.
Good morning, boss. How'd you do at the wedding last night?
Oh, it was... Wait a minute. Rochester, how'd you know I went to a wedding?
Well, I overheard you on the phone last night. You were dickering about the price.
Well, how'd you know I played my violin at a wedding?
Well, for $3, I knew it wasn't a Hollywood Bowl.
All right. I'll never take that kind of a job again. What a wedding. What people. I not only got home at 4 o'clock in the morning, but I haven't even got the $3.
Why? What happened?
While I was kissing the bride, the groom picked my pocket. But maybe he needed it. Anyway, Rochester, who's at the piano playing my song?
I don't know.
Well, let's go see. Look, it's Polly. Polly, you played Daddy's song on the piano.
She can sing it, too.
You can sing it?
When you say, I beg your pardon, then I'll come back to you. When you ask me to forgive you, I'll return.
Rochester. She knows the words and music perfectly. Where'd she see a copy of my song?
I lined the bottom of a cage with it.
Oh, for heaven's sake. I thought you always covered the bottom of Polly's cage with the funny papers.
I had to stop. Little orphan Annie had her in tears.
Well, that's about the silliest. Rochester, put Polly back in her cage. I'll get the door. Like the swallows at Serrano, return to Capistrano. For you.
Hello, Jack.
Oh, hello, Mary. Come on in.
Jack, I've got to tell you the cutest thing that happened on my way over here.
What? What was it?
Well, it was a nice day, and I thought I'd walk. And as I came down Wilshire Boulevard, I was standing on the curb waiting for the traffic, when a little fellow came up to me and said, "May I help you across the street?"
Uh-huh.
And Jack, he was so cute I couldn't refuse. I gave him my hand, and we walked across. Then we got to the other side, he kissed me.
Oh, that's cute. This little boy kissed you?
What little boy? He's a jockey at Santa Anita.
No.
I had to lift him up yet.
Well, Mary, that'll teach you to... Oh, for heaven's sake, there's that bird again.
Jack, isn't that your song?
Yeah, Polly learned how to play my song on the piano. She won't stay in her cage. Rochester, get Polly back in her cage.
Okay. Come on, get away from the piano. Come on, get away from the piano.
Si, senor.
Now she thinks she's Hosea Turby. Sometimes that bird doesn't. I'll answer, Rochester.
Oh, how do you do, sir? Would you like to buy some magazines?
Dennis.
Oh, hello, Mr. Benny. Would you like to buy some magazines? I've got Look, Collier's, and Red Book.
Dennis, how come you're selling magazines?
Well, my father was out of work, my brother was laid up with a broken leg, and my sister's husband ran away and left her with 2 starving children.
Wait a minute. Dennis, did your father lose his job?
No.
And your brother, he broke his leg?
No.
And your sister's husband ran off? Dennis, you haven't got a sister, have you?
No.
Then why did you tell me such a story?
If you were sympathetic instead of nosy, you'd buy a magazine.
Now, look, Dennis.
Jack, who's out there?
One of the happiness boys. Look, Dennis, as long as you stop by, how about coming in and let me hear the song you're going to do on the program?
Okay.
Hello, Dennis.
Want to buy a magazine?
No, she doesn't want to buy a magazine. And I don't want to hear another word about magazines. Now, what song are you going to sing?
Let me call your sweetheart.
Just sing your song. Let me call your sweetheart.
Frosty the snowman was a jolly, happy soul, with a corncob pipe and a button nose and 2 eyes made out of coal. Frosty the snowman is a fairy tale, they say. He was made of snow, but the children know how he came to life one day. There must have been some magic in that old silk hat they found, for when they placed it on his head, he began to dance around. Frosty the snowman was alive as he could be, and the children say he could laugh and play just the same as you and me. Frosty the snowman knew the sun was hot that day, so he said, let's run and have some fun now before I melt away. Down to the village with a broomstick in my hand, let's run here and there all around the square playing catch me if you can. He led them down the streets of town right to the traffic cop, and he only paused a moment when he heard him holler, stop! Frosty the snowman had to hurry on his way, but he waved goodbye, saying, don't you cry, I'll be back again someday. I'll be back again someday.
That was very, very good, Dennis. You sang that beautifully.
Oh, yeah?
What do you mean, oh, yeah?
You're just trying to be nice to me because you didn't buy a magazine.
Look, Dennis, I'm not trying to be nice to you. And as far as the magazines are concerned, you didn't... Rochester, get Polly back in her cave.
Okay, come on, Polly, get away from that piano. I said get away from that piano. Come on now.
Rochester, what was that?
Jose just laid an egg.
An egg? Did you catch it?
Like the swallows at Serrano is in the frying panel.
Well, good. You know, Mary, you won't believe this.
Hello, anybody home?
Huh? Oh, hello, Phil. We're in the den.
Hiya, Jackson. The reason well, as I live and breathe, Mary.
I'd like to live, too, so breathe the other way.
Well, Dolphin. Good for you, doll. Good. What do you want, Phil?
Well, the reason I dropped over was...
Hello, Phil.
Oh, hi, Dennis.
You want to buy a magazine?
Dennis, now why don't you go home? Now, Phil, what is it?
Well, look, Jackson, after the rehearsal yesterday, I got to thinking, and you said the program was too long, and you'd like to make some cuts.
That's right. We'll have to take out I'd say about 2 minutes.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm getting at, Jackson. Rather than sacrifice any of my sparkling dialogue, I can get the time out of my music.
Really?
Yeah, certainly. You see, I can cut the allegro movement of my orchestra number and just leave the pizzicato for the violins.
Well, yes. Yes, you could.
And then you see, if I have to, I can fade the last 8 measures of pianissimo and segue to the andante.
What do you think, Mary?
You're not going to get me into this.
Well, I think it's a very good suggestion, Phil, but we'll only do it if we're stuck for time. You know?
Hey, Jackson.
What?
Hey, ain't it funny how we fool our audience and make them think that I'm a dumb guy who don't know nothing about music?
Yeah. Well, you know, that's show business.
Yeah. You know, Jackson, sometime I'd like to play something classical just to show the people I can do it.
Well, that would be a surprise, Phil. Now, what would you play?
Oh, I don't know. Something by Rimsky-Korsakov or Beethoven or Schubert or Willie Hoppe.
Willie Hoppe? So Willie Hoppe, he's a billiard champion. What song did he ever write?
Please don't talk about me when I'm gone. Oh, Filthy, you started out as a lousy band leader. Now you're the king of comedy, you
Mary, did you hear that?
I'm still sick from letting me collar your sweetheart.
I don't blame you. Phil, do me a favor, will you? Take Dennis and go home.
Okay, come on, Collier. Let's be.
Okay, Clyde. So long, Mr. Benny.
So long. You know, Mary, when I got out of bed, I thought I'd be able to relax today. But this house is worse than a bus station.
Well, Jack, if you really want to have some fun, why don't you go to the Belmont Theater and see that new Lou Holtz Burt Wheeler show, Merry-Go-Round?
See, I got tickets to that for Saturday night, Mary, and I hear it's terrific. I'll tell you what. Let's go to a movie tonight, huh? What's playing?
Well, I don't know. Let's go down to Hollywood Boulevard and take a look.
Okay. Oh, the air sure smells good tonight.
Yeah, that rain we had really cleared things up.
You know, the smog has been so heavy lately, you could almost cut it with a knife.
You know, Jack, since the smog cleared away, I learned something very interesting about that 6-story building on the corner of Hollywood and Vine.
What about it?
It's 12 stories.
No kidding. Here, Mary, let me take your arm while we cross the street.
Well, Jack, you can't cross now. The light's against you.
Never mind. Come on, let's go.
But, Jack...
Come on.
Oh, brother, what you won't do since you joined the Blue Cross.
Blue Cross. I was in a hurry. Now, come on, let's make up our mind about what picture we want to see.
Well, I hear the Blue Veil is wonderful. Jane Wyman and Charles Lawton are in it. How about that?
Well, all right, but I'm a little peeved at Jane Wyman. You know, she's been acting so stuck up since she won the Academy Award.
Well, I've never noticed any change in her.
Well, I have. A couple of weeks ago, she passed me on the street, didn't even say hello to me.
Well, Jack, did she ever speak to you before she won the Oscar?
Well, come to think of it, no. But she could at least...
Jack, look what's playing here at Grauman's Chinese. Golden Girl, and Dennis Day is in it.
Oh, yes. Let's go in and see it.
Okay.
I'll get the tickets this time.
How many, please?
2 in the balcony.
I'm sorry, we don't have one.
Gee, that's funny. I always thought this theater had a balcony.
So did I until the smog cleared.
No kidding.
Yeah. Gee, I wonder what happened to all those people I sent up there.
I'm sure I don't know. 2 regular seats, please.
Yes, sir. Here you are.
Thank you.
Tickets, please.
Here you are.
You'll find seats in the center aisle.
Thank you. Come on, Mary.
Gee, it's so dark in here I can hardly see.
That's all right, Mary. Here comes the usherette with a flashlight.
May I help you, please?
Yes, we'd like 2 seats.
Follow me. How far down?
Oh, about midway.
Yes, sir. Center or on the aisle? In the center, please. Yes, ma'am.
See, Mary, we're lucky. We came in during the travelogue.
Here we are. Will these 2 seats do? Oh, they're fine. I'm so glad. Here, miss, let me help you off with your coat. There you are. Thank you. Now let me help you with your coat, sir. There you are.
Well, thank you.
Now pucker up.
Pucker up?
Yes. I'm going to kiss you. Here.
Say. What is this?
Since television, we're giving all the service we can.
Well, sit down.
So it is with heavy heart that we say farewell to the picturesque little town of Serrano. Beautiful Serrano, from whence the swallows came.
When?
Yes, whence. Let's watch the show.
Jack, the feature's starting.
Yeah, gee, this woman sitting in front of me, she's wearing such a big hat, I can hardly see anything.
Well, ask her to take it off.
Yeah, I will. Excuse me, madam, I can't see the picture. Would you please remove your hat?
No, I won't.
Look, madam, all I said was, quiet!
Jack, that lady's voice, it sounded familiar.
I know, I've heard it before, but I can't seem to remember.
Quiet back there! I want to enjoy my son's picture. Jack, it's Dennis's mother.
Say, that's right.
Well, I'm surprised that she's here. I thought she was out of town.
Well, she came back. You see, the abalone diving season is over.
Jack, maybe if you speak nicely to her and tell her who you are, she'll take off her hat.
I'll try. Excuse me, Mrs. Day. I'm Jack Benny.
Who gave you the passes?
No one gave me passes. I bought my own ticket, and I bought one for Miss Livingston, too.
Well, ain't you the sporty one?
Now, look, Mrs. Day.
Cut out that talking.
Jack, let's watch the picture.
Well, all right.
Oh, look. There's Dennis on the screen now. Gee, he's cute.
Mary, are you sure we've come to the right picture?
Well, certainly. Why?
Well, look at the screen. Dennis is wearing the blue veil.
You're looking at him through his mother's hat.
Oh. Yeah, I wish I could see.
Oh, Jack, stop complaining. There's a tall fellow sitting in front of me, too.
It's me, Mary.
Dennis, how come you're so tall?
I'm sitting on my magazine.
Oh, for heaven's sake, Dennis, do you mean you've been sitting there all the time? Your mother's been fighting with me?
Uh-huh.
I spend my good money to see your picture, and you sit there and let your mother say the most awful...
Shut up!
What?
You heard her. She said,
shut up! I'm not going to shut up. I came here to see a movie, and I'm not going to...
Hey, throw that bum out!
What?
You heard me, bum!
Bum? Who do you think you're talking to?
You, and if you don't shut up, I'll punch you right in the nose!
Well, I don't care if you do. I belong to the Blue Cross. Come on, Mary, let's go.
Can't get over it. I told him once at the studio. I told him 5 times. I said, call up your wife. Let's not barge in on the little woman. Why, it's going to rain all right. I can't get over that guy. I begged him. I pleaded with him. Don, I said, don't barge in on the little woman. Call her up. Let her know we're coming. I knew it. Well, here it comes. I'm going to get soaked. Oh, the heck with Wilson. I'm going to walk right in that house, ready or not. If he thinks I'm going to stand...
Come up, buddy.
Huh?
You heard me. Stick 'em up.
Stick 'em up? Are you a burglar?
I ain't the Count of Monte Cristo.
Now, look, mister.
Come on. Where do you carry your dough?
Look, in my right shoe. But look, mister, I was invited to a party in this house. I'm not even supposed to be out here.
Get that shoe off.
Gee, it's raining. I'll get my foot wet. Now, please.
All right, buddy. Off with that shoe.
Now, look, mister, if I take this shoe off, I'll never get it back on again. I haven't got my button hook with me. Now, please, go away, will you?
Come on, give me your dough.
But listen, buddy, this isn't fair. I wouldn't have been here at all if Don Wilson had taken my advice.
What are you talking about?
I'll tell you what I'm talking about. If I told him once, I told him 1,000 times. Call up your wife now. 5 people barging in on the little woman. It's an imposition. Call her up. Call her up. Well, would he listen to me? No. He had to be a wise guy. A smart ass. 1,000 times.
Written by Sam Tarrant, Milt Josephsberg, George Balder, John Tackerberry, and produced and transcribed by Hilliard Martin.